I'm assuming I shouldn't have to share my voice again.
No, you should be fine, mate. I'm sure someone will tell us if not.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Comb Racing League. We're here for Season 5 for race number 13 of the season, and we're at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Just like last week, I've got a very special co-commentator. It is my Aston Martin teammate in Tier 4. Good evening, Matt.
Good evening. Thank you for inviting me back for another Grand Prix.
Absolute pleasure. We had a lot of fun at Singapore last week. It was a race that, well, let's say it played its part in the championship, especially towards the end. Like for some point in that race, no one DNF'd and was sat there thinking, really? Like, you know, is it going to be a clean race? Then all of a sudden, bang, it hit us. And it was a very, very crazy last few laps in that race. We're here for Bahrain, Matt. We raced here on Monday. Probably the less said about that Tier 4, and saw me and Matt in 4th and 5th. I think we had a great race, but actually wasn't a great race, to be fair. At one point we were 17th and 18th times. It was a bit of a mess, Matt, and I'm hoping that the Aston Martin boys, wink wink, do a bit better than we did in terms of on-track performance.
Yeah, it was a bit of a messy race, wasn't it? I mean, we were so close to each other for pretty much the whole race. Every time, and there was a lot of safety cars. I was surprised by how many safety cars there was. We just had to keep double stacking. So yeah, I think to get back to 4th and 5th, I'd take that result. Actually, thinking as to where we were at one point, 18th, 17th, 18th.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, one thing that Bahrain does promise is a lot of overtakes, 3 DRS detection zones, of course. The likelihood is, and I don't want to jinx anyone, you're going to see a few spins tonight. We saw it on Monday. One thing it doesn't guarantee is rain, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a dry race tonight. I'm not 100% certain. You never know in F1. But I'd be gobsmacked if there was any type of rain. We're in the middle of a desert, so I don't think we'll get any rain tonight. And yeah, let's look forward to some racing. Great to see a full grid, of course, as there was on Monday for the Tier 4 race. Matt, very quickly, because obviously it's a 3-horse race for the title. We covered it so much last week, but it took another twist last week. Who's your favourite for the title with 3 to go?
Jesus. I mean, you just can't call it, can you? I mean, last week was such a dramatic race. I mean, we were saying it was, it was Strauss's race to win, and also his race to lose, and in the end, that's exactly what happened. Both he made a mistake, as did Bowie at the very end of the Grand Prix. So I think if you call Paradox, you've got to take advantage. The other two made mistakes. Confidence is probably not going to be great. They're going to be desperate for a result. Colt Paradox has I wouldn't say a big gap. It can obviously change very quickly, but if he can win this race, I mean, what a great position he's going to be in for the final 2 races.
I completely agree. On board with Christoph, who's rounding the last corner. He's going to be the first person, I believe, to set a lap time in that beautiful looking Aston Martin. Get in there. He's going to set a 27.8.
Beautiful.
Let's have a look at who's behind him. It's Sadistic King. We mentioned him last week a couple of times. He's in the Alpine. He goes very, very close to Christoph. He's a McLaren next. Actually, that McLaren could be on a lap. I think that's a reserve of... I don't want to get his name wrong. Is it Dimas? I'm going to call him Dimas. I've got it completely wrong. I apologise if I have. But I'm going to go with Dimas tonight, and I'm pretty sure he's a reserve driver. As is Rogue in the Aston Martin. And I think Tori's in the Alpine as well. So a few reserves tonight. William may also be a reserve in the Alpha Tauri. Unless any seats have changed since last week, but I'm pretty sure all 4 of them are reserve drivers. But of course, reserve drivers can compete for points, so doesn't really make any difference in terms of the Constructors' Championship that we'll cover a little bit later on. But Leon the quickest so far. I know that Leon is dying for a good result in a race. He got a podium a few weeks ago. He's been really unlucky. Is that a yellow flag? Is that just someone slowing down? It looks like a Mercedes.
It's in and around the curb of death, so it wouldn't surprise me. We saw how many victims that curb had on Monday.
Well, I think it may be the Nacho man. He's just about to start his lap now, so if he was just chilling out before he goes on his lap. There's another yellow flag towards that curve.
Yeah.
That is not... that may have been a Sadistic King spin there. He has just set a lap, so maybe not. There's no damage. Unless he's just letting people go past, possibly. But anyway, we're in Q1. We'll go over the results from last week, first of all, so everyone knows where we're up to. Of course, Colt Paradox, as Matt mentioned, got the big win last week. He took the edge over Bowie and Strauss, who both had incidents in that race. It was a very, very good drive. He kept his nose clean, and, well, the other two span and he didn't. Mazzles, we mentioned Mazzles, that he got a podium interview last week. John was in the party, a brilliant P2. I don't think he's here tonight, look by the looks of things. He's got his P2 and then ran, unfortunately. But he's not here tonight, but he got a superb result last week. He was my driver of the day last week, Mazzles.
Oh, spinner in sector 2. Sorry to interrupt your hedge.
No, it's okay, mate. It's Doomsray by the looks of it, I think.
Doomsray, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh dear. That's another place in it where you can lose it. I saw that a few times on Monday. Because it's such a fast sector. You touch the curve there and you're gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Gone completely.
He's currently 11th, Doomsray. He's got the slowest lap, but plenty of time to get into the pitch. You don't really want to be using more than one pair of softs in the first qualifying session. Ideally, you want to be saving them, but it looks like Doomsday may have to hit and put another set on if he wants to try and get through. Looking at his time, though, it's very close though. There, only a second separating first to 11th, or just over a second separating the top 11 at the moment. As Doomsday nearly loses it again. I don't know why you'd even chance going over that curve when you're not on a lap. But Doomsday was the man last week, I believe. So was he the one who turned and faced the pits? And
yeah, he was. Yeah. Like...
You know what we're talking about? He crashed on the last corner in Singapore. Lost his wing blessing, but rather than going around the track and pitting, he thought, nah, I'm going to turn the car around completely, back towards the other drivers,
the pitch.
and drive back towards the pitch. He did get DSQ'd, not really surprised that he got DSQ'd, and it kind of started the chain of events last week in Singapore. I think he was the first DNF of the night, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. It's good to see him entering the pits the right way tonight, though. It's good
for now. For now.
For now. Yeah, for now.
Leon just said, "Oh, I've not changed the name of the stream. Oh, I've not changed the name of the stream. It still says Singapore Grand Prix. So apologies. I will get the admin to change that. I did change the race number, but I've not changed the actual title of the stream. So I will just message AD very, very quickly. Apologies for that. There's always something that goes wrong. But yeah, that's the way it goes. It does say, just to be fair, it does say Singapore Grand Prix. So apologies for that. Well, so I do that, Matt. If you want to take us on a lap, if anyone's on a lap, go ahead, mate. Take us on a lap. I'm going to say Singapore then, of Bahrain, not Singapore.
You've got it on your mind, haven't you? Yeah. Well, talking to teammates, I'm just looking through the comments. I think Greg's Game Centres put a funny comment in. He said, "Teammate, who disgrace."
Greg, you left me, mate.
I think it's because I stepped in as
Matt, he left me, mate. He left me. It's not your fault. He ditched me.
It's terrible. Who ditched you, Hedge?
I know, mate.
Who'd do that?
I know, mate. Tell me about it. Shocking.
And I think Mrs. Hedge and Mrs. Matt are in the comments tonight as well, which is good to see. Yeah.
Evening all.
Tonight.
Evening both. Always get support, don't we? Love it.
We do. It's lovely, innit? It's nice to get the support. I think we might have a McLaren heading on to a. I think it's Strauss. He's just finished a lap P3 for him.
Oh, he loves a quali, doesn't he? He loves a quali pace, Strauss.
Yeah. He's 3/10 off McCorney, though, to be fair, who set a very good lap. We've got a couple more yellow flags towards the corner of death. I think we're going to keep calling it.
Corner of death.
I think it's just people going slow, to be fair. I don't think anybody's particularly span it there yet.
Right, I've told the admin to change the name of the stream. Apologies for that. Always something that goes wrong. Strauss! Oh, he loses it. He's nowhere near a wall, thankfully. But that's how easy it is. He's not been on a lap, I don't think. Touch the curb and he's gone.
Crazy. Now he's just starting his lap. We know that he had a big mistake in quali last week.
Yeah.
After getting a second chance in quali as well, he got a second chance. And then, did he bin it? Did he spin it? I think he did, didn't he?
He did at turn 1, I believe. He went into the wall, didn't he?
Yeah, so he'll be desperate to. Maybe he's going a little bit more carefully at the moment, making sure he gets a lap in and gets himself into Q2. But he's just heading through sector 2 now. Quite a bit of traffic in front of him, actually. That he's going to have to be a little bit careful of. There's a Mercedes just in front.
Yeah, there is. It's the worst thing, that, isn't it? They're not. Oh, someone gone in front of him? Unless it's someone letting. He's going past him. It's letting him go past. Is that his title rival letting him go past?
It might be. How kind.
How nice. How nice of him. Yeah, I was going to mention that. Obviously, even when these cars that are not really near you but still in front of you on the road, it plays in your mind a little bit, doesn't it? When they're up the road a little bit. It does for me anyway. It sort of plays, even though it might not even be anywhere near me, but it still sort of plays in the back of mind that they could brake and could get close to you, and it sort of puts you off a little bit. But I'm sure that Barry won't be phased too much. Needs to just get a comfortable lap here. He don't want to leave himself under any pressure, does he?
No, not at all. Just needs to be comfortable. And talking of maybe uncomfortable...
Ooh, and that's not comfortable at all, 11th.
Yeah, and Cole Paradox as well. He's only 15th, and he's put 2 laps on them softs.
Ooh, maybe he's going back towards Strauss again.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But yeah, I'd agree, both Bowie and Cole Paradox far from secure there with 7 minutes to go. Plenty of time for all the drivers to get back out on track and put a lap, and it's McConey at the moment in the Haas, who's got a pretty solid 127 dead. He's the most comfortable, should I say, out of all the drivers at the moment. Strauss in P3, he'll have no issues there. But Bowie in 11th, and especially Cole Paradox in 15th, by no means whatsoever are safe. I was going to carry on with the results from last week, and speaking of drag on speed, he's currently last in qualifying. I'm sure that'll change with a 29.2, but he got a superb podium. I think he may have also got the driver of the day as well, though, last week, and the other drivers. P3 last week for him. Leon did get 4th last week, mentioned he wanted a big result. That's not a bad result at all, getting a P4 for the Ferrari. And speaking of Ferrari, the Constructors' Champions, I ain't got it up there with me a second. I thought I was missing something, and it turns out I'm missing the Constructors' Championship, which I think, Matt, we're starting to climb a little bit, us.
Yeah, if I was a Red Bull, I'd be looking over my shoulder a little bit, you know? The Aston Martin boys are coming.
Yeah, well, Mercedes are top. They're pretty comfortable at the moment, 1,346. McLaren not too far behind in second, and Williams complete the top 3, followed by AlphaTauri, Red Bull, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, Alpine, Haas, and Ferrari dead last. But if Leon can get another good result tonight for the Ferrari alongside Doomsday, then they'll fancy the chances. They're not too far behind Haas at all in that. But you don't want to be finishing bottom, do you? You take 9th. I mean, you don't want to finish in bottom, and Ferrari and Haas are in this very close battle. I don't even rule out Alpine either yet. They're not clear. But I'm sure that Chimp will sort Alpine out, won't he?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Talking about Alpine, I think it's an Alpine in P2. I don't know if it's Torres. Is he a reserve?
Yeah,
I don't remember him being in last week.
I believe he is a reserve, yeah, but he's doing a solid job so far in Q1.
Yeah, he certainly is, yeah. I'm going to say that's a pretty... McCorney's doing a mean man Moody, isn't he? He's sort of a step above everyone like Moody. Well, oh, spinner! Oh, the Aston Martin spun round. Christoph has lost it on the curb of death, but he kept it out the barriers.
Oh, and he actually had a purple sector according to the game as well then. So that could be damaging, especially with him being in 14th. He's on the border, isn't he? Speaking of on the border, Cole Paradox in the pits. As it stands, he's out. So he's going to have to improve a little bit. Bowie is on a lap now. He's also not safe yet, Bowie, and he's just stepped off. So maybe an incident involving Bowie. I don't see any visible damage, but looking a little bit nervy here for 2 of our 3 championship contenders, and Strauss will be sat in the pits thinking, this isn't bad so far. It's a good start to the night, especially if his rivals go out in Q1, and there's a genuine chance at the moment, unless they improve, that they may go out in Q1. Oh, Gautier's gone! In sector 2, I don't think anyone's near him to even see it.
There was I think there may have been an Alpine.
Williams the closest car in the AlphaTauri, but he's still some distance away, isn't he? We might not get... I hope we can see it, but... William, get your foot down, please. Hurry up. Let us see it. There we go. On the left wall. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, his car's facing the wrong way. That's a collision and a half. And he's out.
That'll be the curb on the right-hand side as you come on the exit onto that right. If the rears get onto that curb,
yeah,
you're gone. It just throws you into that.
I have a feeling that won't be the last time we see someone go there tonight.
No, me too. We're saying, I mean, to be fair, Hedge, I mean, it's pretty tight actually. You look at the gap. I mean, Strauss, you know, 27.3. Would you say he's comfortable? You know,
oh yeah,
5 tenths clear of Murphy currently in 16th. I mean, it's not the biggest gap in the world, is it?
I'll tell you what is crazy. There's currently 4 drivers with a 27.3 and 1 with a 27.4. It is tight at the top. In McConey at the moment, it's only Q1, but he's pretty clear. He's looking very comfortable. One has at the top and one's at the bottom, literally. Gautier, unfortunately, he's out of qualifying. And McConey leads in Q1. Here comes Bowie. This could be a very big lap for Bowie, potentially. His last chance is a purple sector, and he's a 10th up, which will be massive for Bowie. He knows. Needs to improve. Williams retired. I think that may be in the pits, I believe. But this is important for Bowie. He's only 10th at the moment, but he's not through yet. And he's a decent improvement here, just to solidify his place in Q2. That number 95 on the AlphaTauri. He had a disappointing week for his terms last weekend. He goes from 10th up to 7th, and that's a lot more comfortable. Where is Cole Paradox? On an outlap. This is his last chance, Cole Paradox, on an outlap. It's a big lap, this pressure on him.
Massive pressure. Massive pressure. I mean, it would be like this Tier 3 championship, wouldn't it, to have one big twist in qualifying again. I wouldn't want to be called Paradox in the cockpit of that Red Bull. The pressure will be on.
Well, last week's race winner, he's currently got a 23-point lead. It was a big week for him last week to pull away from Strauss and Bowie, of course, who had bad nights in Singapore. Cole Paradox top on 285, 23 points clear of Bowie, who's on 263. Then a big gap then to Strauss. I say a big gap, it's not a massive gap, but in terms of the championship, it's quite a big gap to Strauss on 253. So definitely a 3-horse race now, and it does favour, after last week, Cole Paradox, but as it stands, this could be a massive lap. You don't want to be starting 17th or 18th on this track. And it's a big lap.
He's very close to the Ferrari hedge. He's right behind the Ferrari. I don't know. I think that. I don't know about that.
There's another character one as well just come out. It's Craigo. Oh dear me.
He let the Ferrari through, but didn't back off into the final corner.
Well, here we
he should
go.
have backed off.
Here we
should
go.
have backed off a lot more.
It's a massive lap. This is going to be his last chance, and as it stands, Cole Paradox, who won last week, our championship leader, is going to be out in Q1. This is a massive lap. He's not improved in the first sector. He's just touched the curb as all the nerves are kicking in, and he's got not one but two cars in front of him.
Oh. He's timed this all wrong. I don't know if he's trying to get the slipstream off Leon, but he's going to get all that dirty air now into Sector 2.
Oh dear.
And I mean, this is going to be touch and go. What's he going to need? 2/10?
He's going to be in the 27.5s at least. I'd say.
Is he going to get the slipstream down that final back straight into the final corner? Is that going to be enough?
Oh, he's touched the curb! He's invalidated! He's out! He's out!
Oh my god!
And another twist to the championship battle! Wow! Cole Paradox, who won last week, the championship leader, is out in Q1. He's going to be starting at the very least 17th. His teammate, Dragon Speed, has got time to do a lap, I believe, has he? Oh, can Cole Paradox go again? You think he can go again? He's 10 seconds, he can go again! He's crossed the line with 7 seconds to go! So he's not out in... Sorry, I apologise, I couldn't see the time because there was a yellow flag. But he's crossed the line, he's going to have another chance. And maybe he's not out. Maybe he saved himself.
Maybe that was it. But I mean, he's still got traffic just in front. And them softs are going to be one lap older than what they were previously, so it's still far from a foregone conclusion that he's going to get himself through.
No, it's a big sector one. This has he improved on his time? He has. It's not by enough. He needs to improve more. The pressure's kicking in big time here. I thought he was out. I couldn't see the time because it was a yellow flag.
I couldn't either. Yeah.
I think it was 7 seconds. He has 7 seconds. Save Cole Paradox. Fine margins as Craigo lets him go past. It'll be a little bit of a distraction, that though. This is a big sector against the clock here massively. He needs to be getting really at least a 1:27.5. Anything less than that, he's gone. Oh, it's a big 30 seconds. This. Here we go in this tricky corner. Don't touch the curb. It looked pretty good, to be fair. He's 3 tenths up. It's going to be tight. It's going to be very, very tight. That sector 2 though may have saved him. Has he wormed his way through by 7 seconds? Let's have a look. I think he may have done it.
Oh,
it worked a great last corner.
He
worked a great last corner, you know. Is it enough for him to go through though? He's wormed it. He's absolutely wormed it. By the skin of his teeth, Cole Paradox is into Q2. Oh wow. Oh, and Bowie and Strauss be thinking, how lucky is he? He's wormed a place into Q2 by literally the skin of his teeth, and he'll need to improve a lot in Q2 if he wants to be in that final qualifying session. But in fairness, Strauss only 5th, Bowie only 11th. I mean, obviously you don't set your quickest pace in Q1, but none of the top 3 have really took it by storm there. And we thought Cole Paradox was out, but 7 seconds to go, he went again. And even then, he was lucky. He was very lucky.
Yeah, that's Sector 2. I mean, it had to be purple, didn't it? It had to be purple.
Only the man
Anything
to
less.
beat. And there you go. By the skin of his teeth, he goes through. So Sadistic, Doomsray, Dragon, Dimas, and Gautier, of course, who crashed, he's out. Cole Paradox, the last car to go through, he's wormed it. But Bowie wasn't miles ahead either, really. Bowie's only 11th. Ooh.
Yeah,
Tell
not
you
even
what,
2/10. Not
and
even 2/10
McConey, the
in
man to beat at the moment, with 27 dead, he blistered that Q1 by a mile. 2/10. We always mention about Pheasant Pucker having great quality, but always struggling in the race. And once again, second in Q1 looking good. So I think all the top three are going to have to work for if they want pole here. They're going to have to work really hard because it's not going to be easy.
Absolutely. And another question as well, something else to throw at your head, and this is it's similar to Singapore last week. What tyre do you try and start? We will have how many conversations did we have through the week last week? What strategy? Soft hard, medium hard, soft medium soft, medium soft soft.
It's ridiculous.
What tyre do you start on? We couldn't even make this up. So
this is why I'm looking forward to Russia so much on Monday, because it's soft medium or medium soft. It's so easy. Whereas with Bahrain, there's about 4 or 5. I was asking so many people for advice, and no one knew. I was getting told so much. Literally, there's about 4 different strategies in Bahrain. And again, I always think this is what I love about Q2, because on a lot of tracks you want to start the race on the mediums, go for that longer run, but especially on a track like Bahrain where the softs aren't going to last, they died very quickly on Monday. I think we both started on the soft, didn't we, Matt, on Monday, and they died within 7 laps?
Yeah, they go off very quickly. Yeah,
you're going to see a lot wanting to go through on mediums here, but are you going to be quick enough to go through on mediums? And this is what I find really interesting in Q2. The top 3 are still in. Color Paradox, very lucky to still be in. But it's a big 15 minutes, this. We mentioned the championship. Obviously, Color Paradox with a 23-point lead to Bowie and a 32-point lead for Strauss. If he was to win tonight, it's a big if, you'd have to favour him for the title with 2 races to go. If he could make it back-to-back wins in Singapore and Bahrain and extend that gap a little bit further, I think he'd be pretty comfortable. But I'm sure the other two will have seen his Q1 pace and thought, actually, unless he's holding a few things back, but I don't think he was there, because he was skin of his teeth type of thing there. If he's holding a few things back, fair play, but I think at the moment, none of these 3 look the quickest on the track, and of course it's only Q1, it's so hard to tell, but someone spanned there. Is that Bowie? No, it's not Bowie. It may have been William, who I think's replacing Jacko tonight in the AlphaTauri. He looks to have, maybe, unless he was letting somebody pass possibly, but you can see already here, it's pretty much a split between medium and softs.
It is. It's more mediums as well, but I mean, I think you've got to put your first lap in as a banker on mediums just to see how quick you are, and then if you have to use the softs, and only if you have to, then use them. I don't know if we both did that on Monday. I tried the mediums, but pace just wasn't anywhere near.
I think I did a 5-stop me in the end.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. You can plan for strategies all you want, but I think again we're going to be in for an absolutely crazy race. I honestly think there's going to be spins, there's going to be contact. I mean, we had some big crashes, didn't we, on Monday? Some real big crashes that happened on the straight. So I mean, yeah, we could be in for a couple of pit stops. I mean, tonight we'll have to see.
Like I said, we discussed a lot of strategies on Monday. I didn't know it was a 5-stop, which you can never imagine. It sounds ridiculous, that. But literally, that's how crazy racing can be. I mean, if you'd have told me before the race and I finished 4th after doing a 5-stop strategy, no chance. But that was the way it was, and I'm sure tonight, again, strategy will play a massive part. You can see at the moment, it's a pretty much even split, maybe just favouring the medium runners at the moment. But to be very close, this. I've got a couple of Bahrain. We love a good fact, don't we, Matt? We love a good fact on the stream.
Oh, yes.
I've got a couple of facts about the Bahrain Grand Prix. First of all, quiz question for everyone in the stream. Who won the Bahrain Grand Prix this season in F1? Give you a minute. No, it's only between 2, really. It's not the most difficult question in the world. But there's 12 people in the stream. Someone must know it. I bet Matt knows it, but we won't let Matt answer it this year. We'll let him have a guess in a minute.
I'm trying to remember back to Bahrain, actually.
Well, here's a clue. It was the first race of the season.
It was, yeah.
Anyone in the stream having a guess? By the way, if everyone in the stream, let me know the stream's still okay, that it's looking and sounding okay. That would be great, just so we know. As laps time start to come in, Christoph is next. He likes a good lap, doesn't he, Christoph? He was one of the first out last in Q1. He's one of the first out again here. Can he take provisional pole? He'll go second. And was Torre, was he top 2 in Q1? I believe he was, or he was close. He may have been top 3 in Q1, actually.
Yeah, he's showing good pace, yeah.
And again,
very good pace.
Looking very good. Where are the top 3? Strauss on a lap now, in sector 3. Let's keep an eye on him and see where he puts himself. The top 4 are all on the softs at the moment. There's a couple of medium runners though that are coming round. Let's see where Strauss puts himself on his first time into Q2. 27.5 to beat at the moment. It's going to be nowhere near. Strauss not looking the quickest here. There's even a medium runner going quicker. Cole Paradox on the mediums sets a quicker time than Strauss on the softs, so the tables have turned again here. What is going on?
I think Pheasant Plucker might have spun it in the final corner.
Oh, he's retired, he has. Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see him. I can see him last corner here, you're right, good spot. Is it Rogue?
Have you got an onboard, yeah?
Yeah, Rogue now, look on board of Rogue, now he's there in the wall.
Oh,
and he's gone.
He spun it there? I wonder how that's...
good evening to Atom in the chat, good evening to Greg in the chat, good evening to everybody in the chat. If you really let us know, we'll give you a shout out. There's a Ferrari also, and that's Leon who's just gone provisional pole. So luckily for him, he's already put a lap time in, a pretty good lap time at that as well. He's very quick compared to the others there, but bearing in mind, McConey, I think he was a 27 dead for McConey in Q1, so the times at the moment, not really in comparison to the Q1 time. I'm sure we'll see a lot of changes here. Bowie at the moment only 9th, Strauss only 8th. So Cole Paradox took advantage here. He was the worst in Q1. Now he's the best in Q2.
He was sandbagging. That's what it was.
Twists and turns everywhere you look.
Adding a bit of drama. That's all he was doing. Making us believe that he was slow when he wasn't.
The answer to the quiz question was Lewis Hamilton won the Bahrain Grand Prix. A few people said Verstappen. I can't even remember. I can't even remember the Grand Prix really.
I can't remember.
Mine's gone blank.
Anything from it.
I've slept since then. And a quick fact about we don't love a good fact, don't we? Quick fact about the Bahrain Grand Prix. It is one of only 2 circuits that doesn't serve alcohol. You can't get alcohol at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Even the podium celebrations, there's no alcohol. Alcohol-free champagne. So,
is there such thing?
Well, there must be. Cause I don't know. You wouldn't want to drink that though, would you? You just wouldn't you drinking that. Yeah, well, there you go. There's a fact for you. It's a good. I was quite impressed with that one. And the most successful constructor at the Bahrain Grand Prix to date is Leon's Ferrari. Ferrari, the most successful team here, with Kimi Raikkonen winning the most races. He loves Bahrain, Kimi.
Really?
He loves it.
Wow, I did not know that.
There you go, mate. We love a good fact here, don't we? Someone's asked how many laps it is. I believe it's 29. I think it's 29. We had this discussion in Singapore and got it wrong, but I think I'm sure. We only raced here 3 nights ago and I forgot already. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 29. Do not ask do not ask me and Matt about strategy though, please. All I'm going to say, Matt.
Absolutely anything.
Did the race Bahrain? Yeah, it was the first race season. It was back in March, I believe. Now I think the quickest lap so far tonight was a 27 dead in Q1. I think Matt set by McConey. I believe AD spins on the shatter hand. Has he got damage? He's lost the car, and I think he may have damage there. The quickest time so far tonight, set by McConey in Q1, was a 27 dead. Me and Moody in Tier 4 on Monday night set a 26.8. So as it stands, me and Moody's still the quickest driver out of the 2 tiers. I mean, there were some great times on Monday, by the way. I mentioned 27 deads. Quick Killer, 27 dead. Wild Dog, 27 dead. So the top 3 really were all very, very quick in quali. We won't talk about my quali so much. We'll ignore that. But yeah, me and Moody in the 26s. None of the Tier 3 boys even hit the 26s yet. I'm sure someone will. Well, that will show how quick me and Moody's lap actually was. We said at the time, where's he pulled that from? And once again, it's proven that even the Tier 3 boys can't hit it.
I'd love to have seen that lap on, but where he got the time from, I have absolutely no idea. It was a ridiculous lap by Moody. Really was crazy.
But he didn't win the race in the end. There was a bit of controversy with the Tier 4 win, but he came second. So there you go. Not everyone from pole wins. If someone can let us know in the stream, that in the chat, that the stream's still okay, that'd be great. I'm always a bit, cautious that, there's no issues, but that would be superb. 6 minutes to go. Strauss 10th. Cole Paradox 5th. Bowie in 6th. So it's Strauss at the moment, who's going to out now on the softs, that needs to improve his time, but none of them safe yet by any means. I'm sure things will change here in this last 6 minutes. You may see a lot of softs coming out. I think Jay Hartnell's just gone 9th on the medium, so that's pushed Strauss down even further. A couple of medium runners trying to creep into that top 10, but realistically, I don't think there'll be any medium starters here in the top 10, so I think that top 3 will all drop out.
Oh, Christoph, he's just spun it at turn 10 and he was up. He had a purple sector 1, 3/10 up. On the mediums as well, he was looking very good to maybe start on the mediums, but he just lost the car.
That's not what you want to see, is it? I mean,
no,
he's 10th? But... He's 10th as well, so he's not safe, is he, by any means? I mean, he's hanging on.
That would have been the lap as well. It was very good first sector.
I mean, on the plus side, he's got 5 minutes. He can pit and go out again. There's still plenty of time. In fact, look at that, 7 of the top 8 in the pits at the moment. There's only Cole Paradox on an outlap. So Bowie in the pits, Cole Paradox on an outlap. Here comes Strauss and about to start what could be a massive lap on the softs. At the moment, Strauss is going out, but he's got plenty of time to save that. You feel this could be a really big lap for Strauss. Don't forget, if he gets in the top 10, he's going to be starting the race on these softs. So you don't really want to be doing more than one lap on these softs, do you, on your fast lap in Q2?
Not at all, and you know, if he makes a mistake on this lap or it's not quick enough, he's got to get in, change tyres, and get out again. And it's an awkward period, this to quali, isn't it? When you set a lap around 4 minutes, 5 minutes, it's awkward because if you screw it up and you've got to pit again, you are really pushing it against the clock. But yeah, Strauss, I'd expect him to put a good enough lap in on the softs. Yeah,
he was 5 tenths up in sector 1, so he's already on a much better lap than he was last time. McConey again, he's setting some pace tonight. That's twice now that he was the quickest in Q1, and as it stands, he's the quickest in Q2. He's still no Mean Man Moody by any means. He's 5 tenths slower than Mean Man Moody, so tier 4, boys, up the tier 4. But Strauss looking pretty good here. I'll be interested to see what he's set in sector 2. We'll find out in a minute as he rounds this very tricky corner, probably the trickiest corner on the track. And he's 1.2 seconds up on his time. And this is probably going to be pole at the moment. It was a purple sector.
Yeah, this is more like it from Strauss, isn't it? This is what we expect him to do. Yeah. He's very quick in quali normally, isn't he? So,
well, 27.3 is the time to beat. He's going to beat you by some margin, I think, here. Oh, not by some margin, but it's enough. It's still no Mean Man Moody, but it's a pretty good lap, and it's going to put him into Q3 with no issues. So Strauss has done his job there. Cole Paradox, it's a big lap for him. Where's Bowie? Bowie on that lap. So at the moment, Strauss has took it again. It keeps switching between the three of them here, and it's the other two now that have got a little bit of pressure on them. We've seen last in Q1 that Cole Paradox left it, well, I say late, he left it very late anyway, 7 seconds to go. He's got a little bit more time here, but this could be a big lap, especially, like I said, when you're starting the race on these tyres, you don't want to be doing more than one lap on them.
Not at all, and everybody going on the soft edge, so nobody felt that first lap on the mediums was enough, so it looks like everybody committing to at least a 2-stop, which is, you know, you'd like to see a mix of strategies, but, you know,
if you're starting 11th on the mediums, I think that's superb. Genuinely.
Well, yeah, exactly, so...
here comes Cole Paradox, and he goes 4th. He's not as good as Strauss, but it's probably going to be enough for Q3 bar a big change. Is that the Nacho man? No, it's not, is it? You just crossed the line then. Someone just jumped, I swear. Leon, maybe. Who was it? I swear someone just jumped because Cole Paradox was 4th. He's then just dropped to 5th. I think it was the Nacho man, actually, possibly.
Must have been.
Good evening to Ryan Mills in the chat. Last year's Tier 4 champion, my close friend in real life. I'm going to take your trophy off you, Millsy, mate. Sorry about that.
We had an issue on the straight hedge. Williams retired on track.
Yeah. For a minute, I thought it was Jack Bowie. There's a lot of love for Jack Bowie in the chat, by the way. Ryan Mills and a few of us giving Jack Bowie a lot of love here. Will it be enough? He's only 8th. He's going to leave it late here. He's gone from
flying.
First to...
He's flying, Hedge.
Yeah. Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a look then. He rounds the corner. Let's see. McConaughey's retired. He's done enough. Where's Bowie going to go? He's going to go up to 3rd. All the big boys now are starting to do their job. Cole Paradox, though, still not through yet, is he, in 7th? Still not comfortable, that. There's a lot of cars behind him that can jump him here.
Yeah, they must be going around again, unless there's a few on outlaps. So, yeah, he's put a lap on them softs as well, Cole Paradox. So he's either got to go in on an in-lap and just hold on them tyres, hope for the best, or he's got to put another lap on them to just be sure.
Well, here comes
he's
Tor.
going to get through.
If Tor could jump Cole Paradox here, if he can get a decent lap. There's one, he goes quickest. That is a lap and a half. He's done a Moody. Here comes, there was somebody else. Crago's gone to 3rd, so Cole Paradox all of a sudden going into the pits in 9th. And it's out of his control this time. In Q1 it was down to him.
He's in the pits, that's it.
Here comes JB. Can he jump him and put him even closer to the drop? I think he might do. He does. He goes 2nd. Cole Paradox is in big trouble here. There's not 1, not 2, but 3 cars that can beat him. And Jay Hartnell's just set a purple sector 1 in the Mercedes. So Cole Paradox, there's nothing he can do this time.
Christoph is missed out by less than a tenth.
Oh, wow. However, though, if he was to jump out the top 10, he could go on the mediums. And that could spice it up a little bit.
That could make it very interesting, couldn't it?
So it's down to Rogue or Jay Hartnell to drop Cole Paradox, our championship leader, out with the top 10 and kick him out of Q3. And Jay Hartnell looking like the safe bet at the moment. As long as he doesn't slip up in the sector 3, he's improving a lot. He's currently he's over a second up on his time. Is that enough though? Because he's 1.9 slower than Cole Paradox at the moment. I didn't realise that. So is Jay Hartnell going to do enough here? Is Cole Paradox going to worm it again? Surely not.
But does he want to though? I mean, is he maybe just praying for a cheeky P11?
Let's see.
He hasn't got the pace for Paul.
Here comes Jay Hartnell. Is he jumping? He does, and Cole Paradox is out.
Yes, he's out.
Well, does he take that though? I mean, in fairness, there's two Aston Martins that are all laps here that could drop into P13. That's not ideal. 11, yeah, but 13's not really. You know, so let's see where the two Aston Martins go. I believe they're both on laps here. It's going to be Christoph first. You mentioned missed out. Oh, Christoph's not going again, is he? I don't think. Actually, no. Oh no, no, stop.
I think Rogue is. I think Rogue's pushing. I think he's going on the corner.
He's 4 tenths up. He's a second up. He's a set of purple sector. So could Cole Paradox drop again to 12th, which is not ideal. Let's have a look. Here comes Rogue, the reserve driver of the Aston Martin, rounds the last corner. Can he put his car into Q3? I hope so, from an Aston Martin point of view. He crosses the line, Rogue, and goes second fastest in Cole Paradox to start in 12th.
He's done a Moody.
But he has done a Moody. Well, what do you make of that? I mean, the top 10 all on soft, so you're going to get a free choice tyre, which I suppose is great. But P12 right in the midfield's not great, is it?
It's not. I mean, strategy-wise, I think he maybe will take that, but you're banking on it being a one-stop, and I think there's going to be too many safety cars for that. Myself, personally, just from our experience, like Singapore, can you put your hat on a certain strategy? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I don't think you also want to be going into that very tough turn 1 and turn 2 in 12th.
It's not. I mean, I started 10th on Monday, which I was really annoyed about because I wanted 11th really rather than 10th. And yeah, you're right. Sort of being sandwiched. It's not the easiest turn 1, and it only takes one person to brake late or misjudge something, and you could get caught up in that. As could anyone, to be fair. But it's tough in that midfield. I think he'll start on the mediums. Of course, I can't say for certain, but I think he'll start on the mediums there and go on that longer run, and maybe it'll do. Maybe it'll suit him. Who knows? And I'm sure Strouse and Bowie will push for that pole position now, and how good would it be to have Bowie and Strouse on the front row together?
Oh, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I'm sure there's a few that might want to say something about that, though. You know, likes of Tori's been great, Rogue's been great, I think McConey, another one that's been great, so it's going to be an interesting Q3 this, but our championship leader's not going to be in that battle.
They're not, and I wouldn't say either of our championship leaders, well, in terms of the top 3, look the quickest around here.
I would agree.
They could be in and amongst the top 10. You know, maybe it will be just who can survive turn 1 for them guys, and maybe their race pace can shine through as the race goes on. But none of them look quickest. Tors looked very good as a reserve, I've got to say.
Well, Leon's just put in the chat, I'm annoyed, but I don't think P11's a bad place to start at all. I'd be quite happy with a P11. Put the mediums on, longer run. You're going to be the highest medium runner. That's guaranteed. There's no two ways about it. You're going to be the highest medium runner. I don't think it's a terrible shout to start 11th, Leon. So I won't be too annoyed with that. I get wanting to be in Q3, of course, and challenging the pole, especially when you're that close to it. But I don't think it's the end of the world starting P11.
I don't either. And to be fair, you get into Q3, that's great. But if you qualify 8th, 9th, 10th, I'd rather be 11th than 8th, 9th,
old softs
10th.
As well. Definitely.
Yeah, old softs in the middle of the pack, might have to two-stop. If you get through a Q3, then it's all good if you qualify in the top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
But if you're 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, then you might be right in saying you'd rather be 11th, to be fair. So if I was Leon, I wouldn't be that good, to be fair.
I'd be keeping an eye on Leon, and I'd be keeping an eye on Cole Paradox, that 11th and 12th. They could be two to look out for in this race. Matt, I'm going to grab a quick drink. I'll be back in about 30 seconds, mate.
Yeah, no problem. I'll keep the seat warm. And we have a couple of cars coming straight out for the... Strouse is the first, so he's wanting to get out straight away. Looking to see if he can maybe get pole position and get himself on the front row, get himself back to the top of the championship with the championship leader, of course, out. And if you are going to start on the softs, it's going to have to two-stop it, potentially, at the very least. Then you do want to be as far away from that midfield pack as possible. So it's going to be interesting to see what Strauss can do. Don't know if you guys will be able to see Strauss. I think you might be looking at an Alfa Romeo at the moment, but Strauss is out on his outlap at the moment. As well as McConey, who's just behind him. McConey himself looked very, very quick throughout qualifying so far. Also out is, like I said, JB out on a hot lap, as well as the Nacho Man. So not everybody coming out straight away. Maybe a few just want to sit in the garage and wait for a bit of space, see what the lap times are like.
Hello, apologies mate for that.
No problem.
Getting some tissues, gotta sort out cold out, haven't we, you know what I mean?
Just got a couple of guys in the lap. Strauss straight out, wasting no time whatsoever. He's starting his lap now.
Okay, big lap this.
Big lap, very big lap.
Is he first out? Yeah.
Just about to come out though. He is first out.
Yeah, he's avoided that Mercedes luckily, hasn't he? I'm not sure if the Haas will avoid the Mercedes though. He won't. Who's the Haas? McConey? I'm sure the Mercedes will move out of the way, but it's a little bit of a distraction, man. It's not one you really want. You don't need it, do you? You don't need that distraction.
No, you don't.
I don't know if the Mercedes, I'm guessing it's the Nacho Man. No, it's not. It's Jay Hartnell, actually. Oh, no, yeah, it's Jay Hartnell, yeah, sorry. He's letting pass, to be fair. So here we go then, let's see what Strauss can do. Wait, I don't say it's a purple sector, but that's a given, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot then for a minute, there's no laps yet.
Who's your money on Hedge?
Ooh. For pole, I'm going to go with Tor 8 in the Alpine.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon?
I think so too, but I've just got a feeling Strauss might just pull a lap out here.
There's a few.
I really do.
Honestly, there's a few. I think McConey's got a shout. I think there was another one, Rogue, set a really good time in Q2. Of course, Bowie, you can't rule Bowie out. I'm going to put money on. I'm going to go for this reserve lad. So he's looked good so far tonight. I think he may take it.
He certainly has. And is Rogue, is he a reserve for Aston Martin as well? Am I right in saying?
He is.
He
He's replacing Mazzles, yeah. So can he get a podium like Mazzles? Well, with times like that, he's done alright so far, hasn't he? So maybe.
He certainly has.
Here we go in the first lap. Where will Strauss put himself on the first run? He set the marker with a 28.1, which is not the quickest. McConey right behind him, going to go a lot quicker than that, I think. Yeah, he is, by a second. So McConey at the moment, I'm looking at Strauss's softs and thinking they're old softs. They've been used. I may be wrong.
You might be right. You might be right.
They're nowhere near as shiny as McConey's softs. So possibly he's using the old softs now and then going out on the new ones later, which you see a lot of people do. You see it in real life a lot, don't you? That. So there you go. Who's next to do a lap? Is it going to be Jay Hartnell? Oh, sorry, he's actually the Nacho Man, isn't it? Another one that can set. He's certainly capable. He led the race for a little bit last week, I believe. He's going to go next. He's going to get a 27.3. JB's going to go next. He's going to get a 27.8. So there's a big split at the moment between the top four. The Alpine of my predicted pole sitters next, Tor. Let's see where he can put himself. He looks good though. From what I've seen of him in qualifying, he's looked pretty. He's been up there, hasn't he?
He has, but qualifying and race pace are two completely different things, aren't they?
Very true.
Be interesting to see what these guys are like in the race, strategy-wise, fighting in on-track battles as well.
Well, here comes Tor. Oh, second. McConey, he's looked good, McConey. He's the one that's looked good tonight in quali. Was Strauss? Oh, I think Strauss's fuel's gone. There you go. He's going to have to pit. Yeah.
I'm guessing he must have used an additional set of softs then to get himself through. Would it be Q1, or maybe he still has got two fresh set of softs left?
Yeah, I'd assume
might be doing 3 runs in Q3 maybe.
Jay Hartnell goes net to a 27.7. Shout out to both Williams. I won't really mention Williams. Murphy and Craigo both putting themselves into Q3, so well done to them. Williams right in that battle for the Constructors' title. I believe they're third at the moment, so well in the mix for the top place in the Constructors. I think Mercedes and McLaren just above them, but with both their cars into Q3 doing are they the only team that have got both? Mercedes got both as well, haven't they? And I think that may be it. So there you go. well done to them two and see where them two can go.
It's going to be interesting to see how them two teams actually, how they work out in the race as well. I mean, McLaren, you know, they've got Strauss, so that's not a bad, not a bad guy to have representing that team out there.
No, not at all.
Fighting P2 at the moment in the constructors. Rogue Flash is on a flyer at the moment in that beautiful Aston Martin.
Yeah, he's just set a purple sector 1 as well, according to the game anyway. And he's looking pretty good at the moment. We know he's in Q2. Was he second fastest? I think third fastest. He's looked pretty good. So another one that we want to challenge for pole here. I think another reserve's one to watch tonight. It's 2 reserves in particular. We mentioned already in Rogue Flash that could be ones to watch tonight. And of course, reserve drivers always got an opportunity to get a permanent seat. So a good opportunity for them to. The season is coming towards an end now. Of course, only 2 more races after tonight, but it'll do them no harm for next season if they can end this one as a reserve driver with some good results. So all to play for them as well, and for Aston Martin, of course, to get us some points. Let's see where Rogue goes. Let's have a look. He crosses the line. There you go.
Wow,
that's what you want to see as an Aston Martin fan, isn't it?
That's what you want to see. Almost a Moody.
Almost a Moody. Not quite a Moody, but almost a Moody. So 2 of the 3 reserves in the top 3 so far, and Tor on a lap now is improving his time only marginally in that sector 1. It was less than a 10th, but it's a start, and it might be all he needs at the end of it. Who knows? He's got a little bit of work to do here to get Rogue. We've just less than 5 minutes going quality, so an opportunity for all 10 drivers to go again. JB Bowie not set a lap yet. I never mentioned that. Only 4 minutes to go, and Jack's not set a lap yet. So interesting. And at the moment, he's pretty close to Cole Paradox, isn't he, in terms of where he'll be starting if he was to stay 10th.
Yeah, I mean, if he starts 10th, I'd rather be Cole Paradox.
Same,
like I say.
100%.
So, if Bowie's putting all of his eggs in one basket and is just trusting it on 1 lap, that's risky, but if it pulls off, fair play. Here
comes Tor across his line. He looked pretty quick and he's second, and the 2 reserve boys fighting out for pole there. You love to see it there. They're going to put themselves into the mix here and both put really good laps in there, not much between them at all. And at the moment, Strauss 7th, Bowie 10th.
Yeah, Strauss's lap wasn't great. Bowie's not even bothered to come out yet, so the reserves are upsetting the title rivals here. They could play a part in this title fight.
Strauss is about to win a lap, Matt, and look who's in front of him. It is Jack Bowie, just up the road.
It's giving him a slipstream.
Might have to slam on them brakes and be like, "Now you're not getting past."
Strauss is sat right behind him, and he's like, "That's it. Just keep going. Keep giving me a slipstream."
Here we go then, big 2 massive laps here, but could be huge for the night itself, and they're going to want to start higher than 7th and 10th. You mentioned that, Matt, you don't want to be starting that 7th and 10th bracket really, do you, on the softs?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Here we go. I'm so excited for this. I don't know how long he's left, but I don't think it's long. It's a purple sector apparently for Bowie. Again, whether that's right or not, I'm not 100% certain, but it's not looked a bad sector so far. Strauss is literally a corner behind him. They're so close.
He doesn't want to be too close though, does he? He doesn't want to be too close in sector 2.
He does not. Let's have a look. Big lap this for both of the cars, both the McLaren and the AlphaTauri. At the moment, none of them are near pole, but there's not that much in it, and I'm sure that if improving here would see him jump quite a lot. I kind of want to see Strauss and Bowie start together. I'd love to see that, and there's a possibility they could. We'll stay on board with Bowie. He's going to be the first out of the 2 of them to cross the line. It's another purple sector. Could this be a pole for Bowie? Could you imagine that? What a statement that'd be. Who knows? He gets a pole and Strauss takes it off him a second later. Could you imagine that? 2 minutes to go.
Getting the slipstream again. He's getting it all the way down that final straight.
Well, Bowie's going to be first. A 26.9 to beat. Can Bowie get a 26.9? It's only a 27.4. Strauss is next, and that's 26.8. And has Bowie helped him with that?
I think he's gave him a helping hand. I honestly do. I think Bowie has just assisted his championship rival in possibly getting pole position.
There's a mother's meeting at turn 1 here at the moment between 4 cars. And for now, that's Strauss done. But it's going to take some beating. Rogue's on an outlap. He's got a chance to beat it. Tor not out and outlap yet, but he's got time. He's the only car at the moment in the pits. There's a few on laps as well. Cody starting his lap. He's another one to watch here. By no means has Strauss done the job yet. Next across the line is Murphy. Murphy's on a lap here. Here comes the Williams of Murphy. Can he put himself in the mix as he crosses the line? Where will he go? He'll go 5th, and he pushes Bowie down another one, and there's not much in it at all in between a lot of them. No one at the moment. There's a big queue at them. Look at that queue, with Strauss involved in that as well. About 4 or 5 cars in close proximity there. There's a lot of love for Strauss in the chat. I think the fans have changed all of a sudden. They wanted Bowie to win, now they want Strauss. They plastic can't do these lot. They're supporting Cole Paradox in the race. Next across the line is Craigo. He's 6 tenths up here, so the Williams of Craigo going to put himself in the mix. It's anyone's game for pole here with 45 seconds to go. Tori's in the pits though, so he's not running prime on his time, which is a bit of a shame. I'd like to have seen him go again, but I'm sure he'll take it. Can Craigo put himself in the mix of pole with his last run? Let's have a look. Craigo going to go only 6th. Next is the Aston Martin of Rogue. This could be a big lap for Rogue. JB's next. Where will he go? I can't take my eyes off this. JB's going to go 4th.
4th. Wow, these are some big laps.
The laps are coming in. The natural one on Bowie started their laps. Jay Hartnell's on a lap here. Can he go? He's currently 10th. Where will Jay Hartnell go? From 10th to 3rd. He's kicking off. He's kicking off here. McConaughey takes pole. Strauss. What a lap by McConaughey. A 26.7 and Haas are loving it. They're at the bottom of the constructors and they've took pole at the moment. How about that? Here comes Craigo. Is he done? Oh, it's Murphy, sorry, not Craigo. He's done. Wow. McConaughey took pole off Strauss. Wow.
Look where Bowie is. Look where Bowie is at the moment.
Oh, he's 10th. He can't go any higher. He's in the pits. So he's staying 10th.
He's 10th.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. But I'll tell you something as well. At the moment, you've got Haas that's 1st and a Haas at 20th. It's the biggest sandwich you're ever going to see in F1. What a sandwich that is, with every topic on it you can imagine. But here comes Rogue. Rogue's the 10th up here. Could we see an Aston Martin pole? He's got a purple sector too.
I didn't even know he was on all that.
McConaughey's pole by no means is done yet. There's a couple of cars here that could get him, including the Aston Martin. He's gone a little bit wide there. It could cost him. We will see. Where will Rogue go? He'll go 3rd.
Oh.
Who's next? Is it the Nacho Man? It is the Nacho Man. Where will the Mercedes go?
He's up on his time.
He'll go 6th. And finally, JB, who stepped off, he's done. And Jay Hartnell's done as well. So I think that's it. I think we're done.
Yep, that's it. Wow, that was breathless.
So McConaughey in the Haas takes pole. What a lap. Jack Bowie, he's doing it me. 10th. Doing it me. I started 10th, didn't I? What a quality. What a quality that is.
Absolutely insane. He's asking to be invited, Jack Bowie, in the
comments.
Get kicked out?
I didn't even notice. Do you want to try and invite me, mate? I don't want to risk it, just in case it...
Yeah.
So, look at this now. The chat are loving McConaughey. What's going on here? The chat is picking anyone who's winning.
It says Bowie's already joined. I'm trying to invite him. It says the player has already joined.
I didn't get nothing to say that he'd left.
Yeah, he's still in on my screen too, so I don't know if that's a delay.
Normally, yeah, I'd pop up, don't you, saying invite, saying left the session at the bottom. I've had nothing. So I'm not sure what the situation is with Bowie there, but well done to McConaughey. That was a lap and a half to take pole.
He's done a Moody and more.
A Moody +1.
A Moody +1.
And we said, didn't we, to be fair, he looked good in Q1 and Q2, McConaughey. He looked very good. Wow, what a quality. Less than 2 tenths separating the top 3. Big shout outs to Rogue there. He's a reserve driver. And tall. I mean, look at that. Just over 2 tenths separating the top 5. Not much in it at all here. Wow.
Who do you think's gotten who's the biggest winner and the biggest loser out of that then in the top 3 in the title, do you think?
Oh, in terms of the top 3, Bowie's the biggest loser for me personally. Yeah. Strauss, I don't know. I think Cole Pranox is the biggest winner. I really genuinely.
Interesting.
I know it sounds strange. He's down in 12th and Strauss is 2nd, but on fresh mediums I fancy him to do a really good job. I really do, and I think the other two. Yeah, 5-6 laps will do right on the soft. Bowie's in real danger here of getting swallowed up in 10th.
Is he joining on the right hand side?
He's got a loading thing for me, and everyone else is in. He's in now. There we go. Oh, is he? Yeah, I think he's in now. But I think Bowie's in real danger here in 10th. He don't want to get into any collisions, does he?
No, he doesn't.
And that's the concern.
Yeah. if you call Paradox, keep it clean in turn 1.
I mean, Strauss will want to jump
Bowie,
thingy, won't he? He want to jump McConey, Strauss.
Bowie and Colt Paradox are starting side by side as well, so...
I think Strauss will want to jump McConey. He won't want to be stuck behind him.
No,
you want to get Murray McConey pretty quickly, which won't be easy, by the way. But get past McConey and get into some clear air, and then if you can do 7-8 laps on the softs in first, it'll be a good stint, that. But if he's stuck behind McConey, there's always that chance of a few behind him, putting him under pressure. There's some very quick drivers behind Strauss tonight. Some very quick drivers. There's 3 or 4 that weren't far off beating him in qualifying, and they'll want to lead this race themselves. So he's got to be careful, Strauss here. He needs to get past McConey and pull away, because if he doesn't, and he's stuck behind the Haas driver, there's a genuine chance he could lose possibly 2, 3, 4 places. And it's a tough track, Bahrain. Of course, there's plenty of chances for overtakes. We saw that on Monday. The amount of moves on Monday and changes, and these 3 protection zones. It's a big track. There's loads of places for overtakes. But what you don't want to be doing is them tyres are going to burn very quickly. You don't want to be stuck in traffic on them tyres because you want to make them last out. You want to make them worthwhile, don't you? Them softs while you're on them.
You do, but at the same time, if you push too hard on them at the start, you can easily take one of them curbs. Yeah. A little bit too, hard on the tyres, and because the car's heavy.
That's not going to help him out, is it? That's not going to help Colt Paradox out. He's been DSQ'd.
Has he reversed on the formation lap by accident, or?
I have no idea what he's done, but them tyres are not going to be in the greatest mood at lap 1. That is not what you want. Another twist. It's twist every corner here. Bowie is in. Bowie's not moving on the grid, actually. So wait, so Bowie and Colt Paradox are not moving. Well, if you're Strauss, you're going to be loving this. I'm not too sure what the situation is with Bowie, though.
But Bowie's not being disqualified,
he's not ghosting either, is he?
Yeah.
And there's no... Yeah, he's moving now. Now,
well,
what I would say is, the rest of the grid have been waiting a long, long time for him. Oh, he's left. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We should try and get him in quickly, don't we? Shall I try inviting him, or...?
I've got him on the,
Luckily, his car is at the back, and it'll take a little bit of time to get round, which could potentially help him out. If you're the rest of the grid, though, you're going to be waiting a long, long time for him here, and your tyres are not going to be in the great... I mean, if you're Colt Paradox, you're waiting a long, long time here on that grid.
I've sent Bowie an invite, so fingers crossed.
That is not what I want to see.
Not at all, and he's on mediums, and they're not going to be anywhere near as grippy
on
off
the plus
line,
side, he's got about 40 seconds there at least to get in, because that car's going to take a while to get around the track. It's only in sector 2 now. He's trying to rejoin. He said the game's only over again. Oh, is that like a bug then if it's happening every week with him? Oh, I mean, I don't know what to say.
Let's hope he can get in after the lights go out. He said.
Right. Okay.
So will he jump into his AI car? I'm assuming. Is that what'll happen?
Yeah, that'll happen. But that AI car is at serious risk of just getting swallowed up now. With being a ghost as well, it'll be going slower. And he's on the softs as well. You don't want to be sitting 20th on the softs, do you?
No.
Well, Colt Paradox has waited a long time here on the grid. I'm wondering, did he hit this because of an incident with Bowie? Maybe. Did he hit Bowie? Because he's the car that's behind Bowie, isn't he, on the grid?
Maybe he did, yeah, maybe he just drove straight
again, I'm making guesses here, I don't know, but it makes sense, wouldn't it? He's literally the car that's right behind him, so has he started driving and hit him, maybe? I don't know, maybe, but that's not going to be great for him. But here we go then, for round 13 of the season, for the Bahrain Grand Prix, Season 5, Tier 3. This could be a pivotal race in the championship with only 3 races to go. A maximum of 123 points is up for grabs on board with Tor in P5. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's a great start for Tor, who's already jumped 2 cars into turn 1. We go. McConey has got Strauss for company on the inside, but McConey keeps that place for now. What a move by Tor, though, who's on fire here in the early stages, up to 4th, and now putting the Mercedes and actually under pressure as well. It's a great start for the reserves. A big spin towards the back. It's the Aston Martin of Christoph. Yeah, it looks like he smelled at the back. A big mistake from him there. I'm not sure if there was contact, quite possibly. But other than that, looks like everyone's got away quite well. Bowie, he's down to 19th though.
Yeah, it said he joined the session at the last minute, so I don't know if he's just got in, but Cole Paradox has had an absolutely unbelievable start. The start of a title challenger. He's up to 7th. He's fighting the Aston Martin for 6th, and he's got the inside of turn 10, and he's got the move done. He's absolutely flying on them mediums. How have they got any temperature? But he's flying. He's absolutely flying at the moment.
Looks like a mistake for Murphy as well. The Williams driver had a good qualifying, of course, into Q3, but he's down 11. So the biggest losers so far, Bowie, of course, not by his own accord, but Murphy down 11, Christoph down 7, the biggest winners so far. Cole Paradox, as Matt mentioned, from 12th to 6th. Donachuan up 3, but Tor's also had a good start. He's up 1, and he's right at the end of that Mercedes. For now, though, Marconi has a 6/10 lead on the McLaren of Strauss at the front. Here comes Tor on the inside of Donachuan, though. Brakes late. Alpine versus Mercedes. What a good move by Tor. He's had a superb start to Marconi. Donachuan could come back at him, though, here. The wheel to wheel, and JB's not too far behind either.
Down the inside he goes. Is he going to get the move done? Camera angle's terrible. Can't quite see what's happened into turn 1, but Mercedes is still ahead.
And just behind them 3 is the Mercedes, the median runner of our championship leader, Cole Paradox. It's the start of dreams for him. Up 6, and he's right on the tail of the lads in front of him as well. The 3 of Donachuan, Tor and JB going to be under pressure very, very soon from Cole Paradox and from Rogue and from Jay Hart. This is a great battle for P3 at the moment as the top 2 pulled away a little bit.
They certainly have. I mean, I think Bowie must be up to speed now, because it looks by his delta that he is up to speed with everybody else. So
you
it's
just
good to see
that. How it's been done. 18th on the soft.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the thing. It's a big shame for him. If he was on mediums, you wouldn't be as, it'd be unlucky still. But the fact he's on the soft, he's going to have to make some moves. Definitely.
You'd love to see him in this battle as well, wouldn't you? This early stage battle, because he'd have been right in there. It's just a real shame for him. But I can't take my eyes off Cole Paradox at the moment. Had a brilliant start. No one touched wood yet until our commentators curse it, has lost it on that right-hander. Watch someone go in the next 10 seconds. But Cole Paradox, all of a sudden here, Cole Paradox has got a soft runner of Rogue behind him. Who was a loser in terms... Oh, there you go.
Oh, you spoke too soon, Hedge.
Oh, wow.
Murphy.
Looks like there's no sign of a yellow flag, no sign of a safety car, though, is there?
Doesn't look like. I don't know how severe the incident was.
And that's big in the constructors as well, that. Because Williams are right up there. Cole Paradox, though, under a little bit of pressure here from the soft runner of Rogue. Rogue down 4. Not the start he would have wanted. He's going to get DRS and Cole Paradox here. Could go for what could be a big move. Here we go, then. Mediums versus softs. Can Rogue get the place back on Cole Paradox? Into the corner, they get very, very close. And for now, looks like Cole Paradox has saved it. Wow. Our good friend Digweed's in the chat as well, Matt.
Oh, is he? Oh, good to see Digweed's in the chat. He's not asleep for once. But does Cole Paradox want to be getting involved in these battles, Hedge? Is he best to just let the soft runners go and he can just, follow them through DRS?
I think that's a great point. Why hammer them mediums? These lot have to pit in the next 3 or 4 laps, aren't they? We know the softs on this track die very quickly. So just let them pass. I know it's tempting to fight them. I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I always fight people, but I get what you're saying. Let them go past. You're going longer, aren't you, on them mediums? You're in a great position here. Just let them. If they're going to get past you, let them fight. Don't fight them. Let them go past. That's a great point you just made there, and I think it's a big thing in the race because you want to look after them mediums, don't you? You don't want to be pitting early on them. Or someone else is going to corner. Luckily, he's not DNF, but Christoph's facing the wrong way. A lot of damage there. Is that a VS? It's got to be a VSC for me there.
His front wing has gone completely, and that's it. 3 laps.
Lucky boy.
And we've had 2 incidents
Wait,
at
comes
that
Rogue
corner already.
On Cole Paradox, and Cole Paradox, it must have heard us because he's let him go past. He's going to come back at him here, though.
Commentary. Oh, Donachuan, man. JB getting very close into turn 2. They're going wheel to wheel up towards turn 3 or 4. I think it's turn 4.
It is. Yeah, turn 4. As Cole Paradox gets the job done on Rogue, but Rogue comes back at him again. What a battle! Craigio's not too far behind either, and for now, looks like Cole Paradox has got that P6 back, but there's 2 or 3 soft runners that want to get ahead of him here. What a battle between them 2.
It's a battle, but the gap towards the top 3, top 4 is going to keep getting bigger. Strauss is in that group as well. He's just happily sat behind McCorney at the moment, so... Oh, what
here
sort
comes
of
Rogue again.
Rogue got here? Yeah, he's got a good exit, hasn't he?
Looks like Cole's going to pull away a little bit though there, not be under any pressure. It is the shortest of the DRS detection zone, this one, I believe. Oh, actually, maybe it's not. Maybe step 2 on is, I'm not too sure. But it's quite a short one anyway. Not the easiest one to get a move done. It's a yellow flag again. Oh, it's tore. Oh, what a shame. Oh, such a good start to the race as well, didn't he? No damage, but lost a lot of places there.
Yeah, he span backwards towards the runoff, but that's... I'm going to keep throwing it. That's 4 laps, 3 incidents on that corner.
Yeah. And then especially when you get on these soft tyres, they're going to start feeling like really bad now, aren't they? Here comes the Nacho Man for the P3 spot. He flies past JB. The top 2 getting very close. Well, Strauss breathing down the neck of McConaughey. Now McConaughey had a great first 5 laps in fairness, keeping ahead of a very quick driver, but he's under pressure now. Only 5 tenths separating the Haas from the McLaren.
Pheasant Plucker and Doomsray getting very close through turn 2 and 3 as well.
Here we go. Will he make a move?
It's a Ferrari sandwich.
Look at them behind them, Dragon on speed, getting very close to William. There's contact as well. Oh, and Dragon nearly lost the car. Luckily he doesn't, but William keeps the place for now, the reserve driver in the Alpha Tauri, keeping 30th head of the experienced Red Bull. He might come back at him here though. Is he going to do a George Russell? No, he's not. I remember George Russell in Bahrain last year making so many moves there in that sector too. I thought maybe Dragon may have gone for a move on William there, but thinks better of it. Strauss though, getting very close. Who's that getting very close? Well, it's Craigo looking to get a move on the Aston Martin of Rome for that. The driver's on the soft, then soft will start to really die off now over the next couple of laps, won't they, Matt?
They certainly will. That corner's going to be absolutely horrible. You're going to have to start lifting through that fast right just to survive. One thing worth noting though, Hedge, JB, is he in or not? Because he's on the softs and he's 18th, and I don't know if he's dropping further back or not. I don't know if he is in this race or not.
Well,
but if he is, he's not in a very good position. No, he isn't. And Pheasant Plucker again having a battle with... I think he's having a battle with Leon. He switched it back into the final corner.
Oh, Leon's pitting. Was it damage? There's a few in the pits here. Leon on mediums though, which is interesting.
Maybe there was a bit of contact. JB or Bowie's in the pit, so he must be in the race then because he's chose to pit, I think.
Leon's going on more hard. I knew wing for Leon, so yeah, there was. As Craigo makes a move on Cole Paradox, the soft runners for now getting the moves done, but as Matt mentioned before, it might not be a bad thing for Cole Paradox to let these two go through. Don't risk any damage. That's not his race, is it? You know, they're going to pit very, very soon. And he's at the highest medium run at the moment. Pheasant Plucker as well, and Doomsday off to a good start. As a yellow flag towards the back, it's Christoph again. And Nightmare, bless him, it's a poor start for his standards, and he's way off. He's just pitting on hard as well. Is he damage again? Maybe not, but not a good start for him.
I can imagine them hard tyres are absolutely awful as well to get going, especially around that corner.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the grip's great at all.
Here comes William on Sadistic. Here comes Sadistic on Dragon on speed. A freeway battle for P10 has Gautier has a good start. He started 20th Gautier in first. He's up 7 places, so a good shout out, big shout out to him. Haas doing a good job so far. The other Haas, McConaughey, still leading. He's doing a great job to see off Strauss, especially considering that he's been on 6 laps now and Strauss hasn't got him yet. Strauss got DRS again here, but McConaughey doing a great... look at the battery on McConaughey on 24%. Strauss saving his battery at 80. So he's really been very slowly here, but McConaughey eventually, you feel, will lose that place. However, they both do a pit stop soon, aren't they, as well? And so Nacho makes a move on JB, but someone there's 3 of them battling for P3 here.
Yeah, when it comes to the top 2, I mean, they're pulling away big time. I mean, I think the undercut's quite good around Bahrain. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, if I was Strauss, I'd get in now. If he can come out and he knows he's not going to be in too much traffic, he could maybe try the undercut. That might be how he gets ahead of McConaughey.
Will someone try a soft medium here?
That's the other question, yeah. I think Strauss, he took his tyres a long way in Singapore, didn't he? So maybe he's going to try and do that again. I think he needs
to get to about lap 12 easily. So the yellow flag, and this time he has to try Christoph. That could be a safety car, because the drivers are approaching him, and it is a safety car. And if you're a soft runner, that's perfect. Oh, it spices it up again, another twist. And Cole Paradox will be chuffed, won't he? He'll be chuffed with that. A good stint on the mediums. Interesting, this.
The soft guys, they'll be delighted to get their tyres off.
Oh yeah, and we've seen 2 cars go there already, haven't we?
Does Cole Paradox pit onto, because he's on mediums now, but he can only go onto hards, you'd think. So does he just take the race
Do it
lead?
now.
Or does he jump on hards now?
I don't know. It's a good question. We'll find out. It's a very good question.
I don't know if this safety car is at a good time for Colt Paradox.
Maybe
really,
not. It definitely suits soft runners, but maybe you're right. It's an awkward one for him.
I wonder.
He stays out.
Nope.
He's race leader. All the soft boys are going to come in though. Jack Bowie, is he here? He has to put mediums on, so he's not in a terrible position, Jack, but he's still last. So I'm still unsure whether it's him racing or not. But surely if it wasn't him racing, it'd be Ghost in the car. So
yeah, you'd have to think, wouldn't you? So he must be in the race.
If he is in the race, it's not the start he would have hoped for. As a lot of the soft runners come in fresh mediums for the Nacho Man, JB, Craigo, Tor, Rogue, J. Hartnell, Strauss and McConey, the top two. They're going on the hards now, so that's them to the end. That'll be a really good battle between them two. And the good thing from McConey is he burnt all that battery to keep that P1 place. He can charge that battery again now, so job done for him so far. The top 8, all the extra pits, 7 of them on the mediums, and Sadistic King in there on them hards. We'll go for a long distance, you have to pit at the end for probably some mediums. Leon pits again.
Not sure what's happened to Rogue Hedge. I mean, he started. Where was it? He started. He's down in 17th. I don't know if he's lost a lot of in the pits there when he's pitted maybe for a front wing. But
I didn't notice anything with him. I mean, he's doing a tier 4 Aston Martin in Bahrain here, 17th on fresh tyres. So we saw this on Monday, didn't we? Yeah. And he's going to get 4th now. Watch it. He's going to get 4th or 5th. Oh, he's not. He spins like that. Oh. He's nearly gone into a wall. He's not going to get 4th like that. That's not what you got on them fresh hards, is it? You don't want to be doing them in already. And if you're Leon now, and you're stuck behind me, it's a little bit frustrating here, because it's going to take a little bit of time. I mean, there's no rush. You don't want to come in just yet, but you want to be in that queue, don't you? You don't want to be burning them tyres to get into the queue.
No, not at all. You need to be careful warming them tyres up, because obviously you want to warm them up, but if you try too hard, they'll just spin out on you.
Who's your favourite here with 8 laps? 8 laps in.
I don't know. I mean, it depends how quickly McConey and Strauss. Well, they're on fresh hards, but the guys on the mediums, their tyres won't be too bad. So will Strauss and McConey be able to make many moves, or are they going to get a little bit stuck? Because if you're Colt Paradox, if you can build a gap and just bolt, try and build a pit stop gap to Strauss, he's still in the race. I mean, Strauss's hards will go to the end, but I can't imagine they're going to be too great towards the end of the race. So,
well, 20 laps to go.
Hedge.
It's wide open.
I have no idea.
And what McConey and Strauss won't want is to get washed up in this battle, because the top 8 haven't pitted. They're in a good position, McConey and Strauss here. That top 8 haven't pitted yet, and they won't pit for some time. It'll be a little bit longer until they pit yet, bar any damage, of course. And what they don't want to do, McConey and Strauss, is lose an end play, get a little bit of damage, because then you're in a really tough position here, because you just pitted for the hards. So they need to be careful. They're right in the middle of the pack as well. McConey and McLaren sandwich here, so will there be team orders at McLaren maybe, just to slow him down a little bit and give me the move maybe, I don't know. We will see. Shout out to Pheasant Plucker as well. We had a bit of bad luck in races this season. His collar pace, as I mentioned, is superb, but a little bit of bad luck. But he's in second so far, doing a good job, and it is wide open this, with 20 laps to go. If anyone in the chat can once again let us know what the stream's okay before we crack on with the restart, that'd be great. 20 laps to go here in this tier 3 race. Only 2 races to go after tonight. It's a big race this, as they all are, of course, but it's the business end of the season now, and every point matters. And at the moment, who does it favour out of the top 3? Well, Bowie certainly not. Clearly some issues with Bowie tonight in terms of connection, I'm thinking. But he's still giving him a shout. If it is him, I'm hoping it is him driving. But I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I think it must be, because there's been nothing in the chat.
Very true.
On Discord or YouTube. I think he's just got his head down, focused on the job, trying to recover. But I think it's between Colt Paradox and Strauss at the minute. But yeah, Pheasant Plucker, Doomsray up there as well in 3rd. Obviously he had a tough race in Singapore. He's 3rd. Dragon on Speed's up there again. So.
And Gautier up 13. I know he's not pitted yet, but he started dead last, don't forget. So Haas at the moment. I just realised it's Haas McLaren. This could be interesting. It is in this lap as well. As we stay on board with Colt Paradox, it's up to him. When does he go? He just needs to keep his nose clear. He's got free track here, Colt Paradox. He can avoid the likes of Pheasant and Doomsday behind and get his head down now and then put some good laps on these mediums before he pits. He could be in a very good position here. Let's find out. It's going to be a slow restart by the looks of it. He is off now though. Yeah. Has he caught him off guard? It looks like he may have caught him off guard a little bit. He's got a good restart there, Cole Paradox. Where is Strauss? Strauss and McConaughey are wheel to wheel on the straight! Literally wheel to wheel! Here we go at turn 1, this could be a massive move from Strauss, if he can get it done, into turn 1. And there's a bit of contact, but he has got it done. That could be a massive move. And McConaughey's going to get done by Donacho on it. Donacho's going to try and get them both! Oh, here we go! What a double move this could be! It is a double move by Donacho, man. Wow!
Strauss is locked up. Oh, there's an Alfa Romeo as well looking to get involved. JB's in there. McConaughey's dropped another position. The hards are not good on the restart.
We mentioned it with Strauss and McConaughey. They're not going to get washed up here, and it's exactly what is happening because here comes JB on Strauss. They're both in trouble here. At the moment, Strauss and McConaughey getting washed up as Donacho gets very close to the MAS in front of him. McConaughey's lost more places there, one and 2 places. McConaughey's down to 13th, Strauss is 10th, but at the moment, Strauss, the better of the 2 hard. He was behind McConaughey for 6 laps on the softs. He's got him in half a lap here on the hard.
He has, and in front of Strauss now is his McLaren teammate. I think he's a reserve.
He is. He is a reserve.
I mean, he's got to move over for Strauss, surely.
He's a reserve. He might think, nah.
Oh, we don't want to see the McLarens come together. Please, no, that would be drama.
I'm sure McConaughey will be upset, losing 3 places to Strauss. See, it was his race lead. So he will not be too happy. As for Cole Paradox, he's 8 tenths clear. He's flying at the moment. It's just what he would have needed.
Strauss is under pressure. Strauss is under pressure by the Alfa Romeo here.
His teammate's in his way.
McLaren, is he trying to block him off? Oh, he's gone for both of them. Oh, what a move.
And JB's gone really wide. Yeah, JB's lost it out, so it's a great move for Strauss. And here comes Craigo on Dimas, he's dropping now. This battle's all over the show. Bowie's still in 16th, not really gaining. Bowie needs to start making some moves. And Strauss under pressure from JB now. Very close between the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. Into sector 2, a very tough sector. Look at that camera shot on the helicopter.
Strauss is defending really well. Oh, there's a big spin in front of him.
Yeah, it's a commentator's curse. Mention about how good of a start he'd had. Look at this camera angle on the helicopter, I love it. What a move, and Williams and Craig are going for a move on the 2 of them as well. It's all going off. Strauss on the track. Where's he going? I tell you what, Strauss under pressure by 2 cars here that are flying.
He's still 8th though, isn't he? He's hanging on in there.
And he's fair, McConaughey's only 12. He's not too far behind Strauss, is he?
He's not careful on that curb of death.
What a battle we've got here.
JB's gone for a move down the inside of Craig. Oh, they're going wheel to wheel.
And here comes Dimas, the other McLaren. He's getting involved at all now. He's going for him on the inside. No, he's not.
JB sends it.
Here comes DRS as well now. As Dimas goes off the track and gives McConaughey a free move. McConaughey on the mission to get back into this mix here.
Craigo's going to get the move done as well on JB. Strauss is just clear of this lot.
Oh, it's contact! A lot of contact, but Craigo does lose out to JB. As Dimas has lost out 2 places to McConaughey and Tor.
Dragon Spin, Donacho Man are going wheel to wheel in a turn 4 as well. Donacho Man gets
Dragon Spin, no! He shoots a pick, but he's going to lose so many places, Dragon. So many places. Jack Bowie, still stuck in 15th behind Leon, not really making any moves, Jack Bowie, at all here. Needs to start doing something, Jack. Because at the moment, he'll lose a lot of ground in this championship.
My days, the curbs are causing chaos again. They did it in Tier 4, they're doing it again. If you try and fight, and you go over a curb, you're in trouble.
Speaking of in trouble, Strauss in trouble from JB here, Matt, because he's got DRS on him here and closed the gap again.
JB's desperate to get Strauss, isn't it? He's had 3 or 4 chances to get him already.
There's a big gap there, isn't there? Between Donacho and Strauss.
That's because of the fighting that Strauss has been involved in, and he might be involved in another one here, because JB looks like he's desperate to get Strauss.
Burning that battery, he's got 4% battery, JB. He's burning everything to try and get him here.
He's desperate to get him, isn't he?
DRS here, but no battery. Can Strauss protect himself with the battery? Let's see. Strauss does not want to lose a place here to the Alfa Romeo. He was gaining on him very quickly here on the run down to turn 1. McLaren versus Alfa Romeo. Strauss goes defensive, and for now looks to have kept the place. Craigo again though, he's back in the mix.
It's great driving by Strauss. Absolutely great defending. He didn't even deploy any ERS there.
He might lose it here, though.
JB.
And there you go, he does lose it. And Craig's not far off either now. But can Strauss come back at JB? He's gone really wide here. No, he can't.
Ooh.
But look at Craig, he's here again. It's all kicking off.
Does Strauss have a target on his head or something? He's getting... Everyone seems desperate to get him.
Well, Craig, of course, on the fresh mediums, and Strauss could be under pressure here. And if we will get DRS on JB, it could be JB that's under pressure from the two of them. Tor's not too far behind, neither's McCody. It's a great battle. And can Strauss get the job done back on JB again here? It's only a short rundown, so he won't get him just yet. There's a yellow flag somewhere. It's Pheasant, he was second! It's a massive spin! It's another safety car! Oh, Pheasant again! He just can't catch a break in the races. The poor guy has such good pace, a great position here, and it's more heartbreaking. You wonder if there was contact, we wasn't watching it, but it's a third DNF, and it's more heartbreaking for a man who just can't catch a break on the track. And now, who pits here? It's Cole Paradox, he's the pit. He does pit.
He's in.
Oh, that could be big.
What's he gonna? He's gonna go on hard. He's got to, surely.
And Strauss stays out as well, but Strauss did get done by Bowie, don't forget. Not by Bowie, by JB. So, here we go. Where's Bowie? Bowie stays out on the mediums, that's interesting. He's not going to get them to the end, I don't think. He's up to 7th now, so in the mix again. Wow.
Maybe he's going to keep hold of them, and if there's another safety car, he goes on softs.
Well, Cole Paradox going to come out in 9th on the hards. Just up the road from Doomsday. Not mentioned Doomsday, but he's doing a really good job tonight as well. I mean, Dimas and Dragon on the fresh softs, which is very interesting. Because I have to pit again.
He's pitting, is he? Yeah. Interesting.
Dragon, of course, got a podium. Last week, have to do a great job to get a podium now, isn't he? But I feel Pheasant plucker because, and you know what? He stopped. I didn't want to take my eyes off that battle. That was incredible racing for 3 or 4 laps there.
It was unbelievable, honestly. Strauss will be relieved that he has a breather. He can breathe now, because he was getting absolutely swamped like crazy.
My concern with Strauss is that he's on old hards.
He's got to warm up all over again, and he's got to go again.
Listen, Strauss is a great driver. My concern for him here, though, is you've got Cole Paradox on fresh R's, Doomsday on fresh R's to this day, and they are a little bit down the road. Don't get me wrong; they're not right behind him by any means, but they're on fresh tyres. If they can make their way through that part, there's a long way to go in this race yet. They'll be on better tyres than Strauss. Could we see potentially a Cole Paradox versus Strauss battle? JB Dow's in the middle of them both so far on older mediums, so there's different strategies all around here for the three contenders.
Yeah. What I'd do if I was Bowie, I would bank on there being another safety car, and I'd just stay on them mediums and just take them as long as you can and just hope there's another safety car. And if it comes late on, you put them softs on at the end. You know, Bowie could be in for another really exciting end of the race. Obviously, he wouldn't want the same outcome as he had on the last safety car restart of Singapore.
Yeah.
But he might have a similar strategy as to what he did there. Just hold out long and wait for a safety car, put the softs on and go for it at the end, maybe.
Approaching lap 15. Bert Maylander, once again, not the first time we've seen him tonight, might not be the last time we've seen him tonight in that lovely Aston Martin safety car. 3 DNFs so far, we've lost Pheasant, Christoph and Murphy, and still a long way to go. Only about halfway in this race, still a long way to go in, still plenty of battles to be had for this massive Grand Prix here. Season 5 Tier 3 race number 13. After tonight we make the trip to Russia before we end the season in 2 weeks' time in South America at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Who will be champion in 2 weeks' time, we'll find out, but this race could play a pivotal part in that championship. Not just in this tier, but in all 4 tiers, this race could play a massive part. I know it played a big part in the Tier 4 race on Monday night, I have no doubt it'll play a big part in the Tier 1. Maybe not Tier 1, because Tier 1's done, because absolutely battered in Tier 1. He absolutely dominated that. If you've not seen the Tier 1 things, have a look on the Cone Racing League Twitter, by the way. He was unreal, and he battered Tier 1 this season. But as for the other tiers, it's wide open. And even in Tier 1, I'm sure there's a lot of places that could be made and lost in Bahrain, because it's a great circuit. I think with Bahrain, is it a bit like Marmite? Do you love it or hate it? Because I love it personally, but I know a lot of people that don't like it.
It was one of my favourite tracks. It still is, to be fair, but I feel like this year on the game this year it is a lot more difficult. I think the way that they've changed the curbs on this year's game, the curbs are brutal compared to what they have been in the past couple of games. So I think Bahrain is one of the toughest tracks when it comes to curbs. So it's made it a little bit more difficult, I think. But it's still one of my favourite tracks. I think just because of the strategy and the tyre wear and stuff, it throws up a lot of really exciting strategies and race results. So
yeah. There we go, saying this a lot. There we go again. We saw who did the first restart. It was Cole Paradox, wasn't it? It's now going to be the natural man, who's just been overtaken by JB very briefly there. That's a little bit. You don't want to get a penalty. We've seen a few of them on Monday night. Luckily, not seen any just yet. I don't want to, commentators curse it again, but no collisions just yet. Cole Paradox went very early last time on after the corner. What will the natural man do? Will he wait until the line? Will he go early? Let's have a look. He's going to wait a little bit longer than Cole Paradox. He's still not gone just yet. It's going to be a late restart here, which could cause absolute chaos. He's gone now, and Strauss already on the rear end of JB. Let's have a look.
He's so good on safety car restarts.
Is he going to go for a move? He's
deploying all that ERS.
He's going for a move
on JB.
A little bit of contact there. He's not going to get the move done just yet. There's Craig going to look for a move on Strauss himself. Could Strauss get done? By the way, he pushed him a little bit wide there, didn't he?
McConey's lost a place off the restart again. He's struggling with them hard tyres.
Yeah, it's JB Bowie, the car behind him. But Bowie on them 9-hole mediums, they won't feel great, will they?
They won't feel great at all. They're almost three wide. I mean,
I didn't even clock we'd have a penalty. It's the first one.
AlphaTauri, Alpine, Tor and William are going wheel to wheel in sector 2. Great view from the helicopter again.
Oh, contact!
Oh, there's a spin and he's in the barrier.
Wow, big crash.
Got that on the helicopter. Crash. Did you see that, Hedge?
Yeah, I did see it, mate. I caught the back end of it. Yeah, looked like he'd was it Tor that he hit into? Another, it's a VSC.
Yeah. Oh,
now we saw in Singapore a VSC turned into a safety car. Will it happen again? Maybe not, because no one's near him. We might get away with it just, and I think to be fair, we probably are going to get away with it here, because if it was a safety car, it probably would have sold us by now, wouldn't it? So possibly got away with it here.
I think so. I hope so as well, because we can just
now
keep
could Jack Bowie pit here? If he stays out?
I mean, all the guys will be waiting to jump into the pit if it does turn to a safety car at the last second. Is it going to? Are the guys at the back of the grid going to get a cheeky advantage? Strauss, I thought Strauss was going in there, but he hasn't.
Does Bowie go? Bowie doesn't go, I'm surprised. I'd have gone in there.
I think they're all passing the pit, so no one gambling. It's a long virtual safety car.
It is. It is a very long VSC, and I'm sure that we'll see that incident later on, because it looked like a pretty big collision there. You was watching it a lot. It was 3 wide at one point, didn't you?
It was 3 wide going into the second sector. Someone backed out. Not sure who it was about. Maybe in the McLaren. And yeah, something happened between Tor and
I mean, we saw a similar thing with AFL on Monday, didn't we? He went on the mediums. He went very long on the mediums. Jack's doing a similar thing here. But they're 10-lap old now. I'm looking at them. They don't look great. We're back rated again, but surely don't get to the end on the mediums. Surely.
I don't think so. I think he is just holding out for a. I think if the safety car had come out there, he might have even gambled and went on. So,
JB.
Contact there, JB. He's at the back of Donaggio, man, going into turn 10.
No DS, of course, yeah. But Strauss saving his battery, which he sent to. I know there's obviously been a safety car and a VSC securing an opportunity for drivers to recharge, but we saw early on when Strauss was battling McConey, he was patient, wasn't he? He saved that battery. He wasn't in any rush to make a move. That's what an experienced driver does. I'm sure though he'll want to get a move on JB because he's got a bit of a cube behind him of Craigo, of Leon McConey, not too far behind either. Let's have a look here. Strauss and JB going very close. And Strauss getting the job done on JB. There you go. That could be a big move. Could be a massive move. It's just not worked out for McConey, has it, on the Mards? JB pitting, maybe damage.
You know, he looked very, very slow going through I'm going to call it the corner of death again. He didn't have the confidence. He didn't have the confidence going through that corner, so I wonder if... Yeah, maybe he did have a bit of damage.
Jack Bowie under pressure from the likes of Sadistic and Rogue as well.
I did say though, Hedge, JB outbroke himself and hit the back of Donaggio, man, didn't he? Into turn 10.
Yeah. That's a good spot. Possibly that then. As Bowie under pressure from the Alpine of Sadistic King. Sadistic King on much fresher medium tyres. You'd expect Bowie to struggle here and probably have to concede a position on Sadistic King as this lap progresses. 8 lap better medium, should I say, for the Alpine driver. Strauss though Got a little bit of clear air now to try and hunt down the natural man on the mediums.
Yeah, them hard tyres finally becoming the quicker tyre for Strauss. He's had to wait 9 laps.
Well, McCauley, to be fair, in 5th, isn't he? He's not too far behind himself now.
He isn't. Not at all. Bowie's under pressure. Sadistic King 2/10. Bowie's going to have to be so careful coming through this corner. I wouldn't want to be going through that right-hander with 11-lap-old mediums.
No one touch the curb this time, please. Oh, what a move by Dragon on speed! Around the death curb. Past Gautier. I caught the back end of it. What a move by Dragon. Gautier going to come back at him, though, for the final points position these two battling it out for. And for now, Gautier gets past him, but that was a superb move from Dragon. Towards the front, anything happening?
Craig on Strauss! Craig on Strauss! He's got him!
Oh, JB's gone as well. JB was right in the mix at one point as well, wasn't he? His race looks to be over now. Strauss losing places. Leon not too far behind him either here.
Yeah, Strauss has just not had the pace on them hards, has he?
No. And he might be in trouble from the Ferrari. Leon, who got a great result in Singapore, P4 after he got a podium in Mexico, I believe, as well, Leon. He's really kicked into life as the season's gone on, and Ferrari need all the points they can get as they are towards the bottom. In fact, they are bottom in the Constructors' Championship. The team near Ferrari, a Haas, and right behind Leon is the Haas of McConey. So, interesting battles here for both the drivers and the Constructors' Championship. But as it stands, it's the Mercedes and Actual and them old mediums that's leading the race.
Oh, he's lost a spot to Sadistic King as well. He's got to get off there. I mean,
he's in trouble by road here as well.
He's gambling for a safety car, isn't he? That's all he can hope for.
You don't want to get a puncture. We've seen Mazel's, remember, was it Austria? I think Mazel's got a puncture out of the death. He got to the last lap, the poor guy. He was in for a great result and then got a puncture, and it killed him. And it's doable. It's possible on this track as well with them tyres. You don't want to risk a puncture and risk everything, you know. I mean, you can get sloppy here now, can't you?
Leon round the outside.
Leon. Good move.
Yep, clean.
And Strauss has got, here's Strauss and McConey again. So it looked like McConey had lost out to Strauss. Maybe he can get him back. The Natural Man pits, that's his time to pit the race leader. Strauss back on Leon though. Leon could be a sitting duck here. And that'll suit. Oh, McConey wanted to get past him. Who's that on the outside? Sadistic King. Who gets McConey? Wow.
Oh, McConey was on the back of Strauss.
I'll tell you what, he's one to watch on these medium Sadistic King because he's only on 5 lap old. He's one to watch massively here.
He's got Leon down the inside.
He's flying.
Leon's going to try and
He's absolutely flying here, and Strauss could be in big trouble. Don't touch the curb. Leon touch the curb. I thought he was going to go then. Well, the Actual Man pitted. He's come out down in 15th. That's how costly it is from 1st to 15th.
That's why Bowie can't pit. He just can't. He's put himself in a position now where he has to stay out.
It's Doomsray. And Dimatis too. They've both gone.
The McLaren's not got a front wing. He's come out worse.
Sadistic King's flying and he's right on the back of Strauss. He could be the favourite at the moment, you know. Sadistic King on these mediums. Seriously.
Strauss just needs to let him past. What I will say though, Hedge, not many penalties, so very clean.
There was a lot on Monday, weren't there, that changed the grid a lot. Only one penalty, which is amazing, really.
Certainly is. What has Strauss got to defend with?
Big,
I think Strauss is just, he's just playing the long
game,
isn't
he?
Yeah, he knows them hards will get him to the end and the medium guys will eventually start to struggle.
They'll fly past him. No issues at all. He's on fire at the moment. Sadistic King, by the way. Leon's going to try and get Strauss as well. Strauss doesn't want to get any damage though. We've seen in Singapore it cost him, didn't he, when he span at the end. Got a puncture, didn't he, I think, if I remember rightly. Oh, Jamie's on track! No. Surely not, could you imagine? Everyone on softs to the end, go on. Go on. Go on, Jay. Yeah, it's JB. He's on his own, to be fair, so he might get away with it. Is Leon looks for a move on Strauss here? Is that both Alfa Romeos out as well? Damaging result for them at the one point. They both looked really good as well, didn't they? JB and Stefan Plucker.
JB looked very good, yeah.
He did.
Just fell apart for him, hasn't it?
Is Strauss under pressure from Leon? Leon on the much pressure, not much pressure at all. They're on the same laps. They look quite fresh though, to be fair, Leon. There's a bit of a shine to them, so obviously been looking after him. He does go a little bit wide there, McConey! Oh, it's heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak for McConey, the pole sitter. Oh, he's going to drop down into P12 behind his teammate, I think he is. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Jack Bowie on 40 lap all mediums, they're going to be dead. Very
He's
soon.
still going though, isn't he? He's still going.
Here comes Leon though, 3/10 off Strauss for Ferrari. But Strauss will lose his podium place here. Assistant King is getting very close to Craig on them better mediums as well. It's going to be a great end to this race. Massive end to this race. Here comes Leon then. Can he get a move on Strauss? He can. And the next car behind Strauss is Jack Bowie.
Oh, is Bowie going to fancy himself on them mediums?
We've got Rogue for company here, into turn 1. Rogue going to brake late. Can he get the move done on Bowie? He can. So Bowie going to lose more places, and you feel their mediums now. You need to get the sauce on, doesn't he? He's going to lose more and more time, I think, on their mediums. He's not the only one, though, because Leon's on 13 lap as well. And Craig.
He's going to go right to the back, though, isn't he, if he pits with 7 laps to go. He needs a safety car. If he gets a safety car, then I fancy Bowie, but...
Sadistic King is on absolute flames at the moment. He's up 14 places on much fresher tyres, and he's going to get the race lead here very soon on the Williams of Craig because he is reeling him in very quickly. Nearly a bit of contact there between
what strategy has
Craig.
Sadistic King done? What's his strategy? Because he's come from nowhere.
Here we go. Oh, look at the strategy. I'm not too sure, but he's got the race lead here. There's not much Craig can do about it. Yellow flag towards the back. It looks like McConey again. It's heartbreak. Heartbreak for the pole sitter. Oh, that's a shame. It's a real shame. I feel for him, massively. Oh, I really feel for him, you know. What is strategy is Sadistic King doing, by the way? He's on a hard medium. He was the only driver to start the race on the hards. I think everyone would have thought it was a bit stupid, but at the moment, he's on for the win.
It's worked perfectly for him,
Craig's going to get him back here, though. Here comes Craig again on Sadistic King, and he's back in the lead. What a race. Strauss gaining on Leon again now, as well as a massive fight between the likes of Rogue. Bowie's losing more places here to Jay Hartnell. He might get him back, though. He's not going to get him back, I don't think. And Bowie now under pressure from Cole Paradox. The championship boys battling it out. Here we go. Not here, but I tell you what, Bowie's under pressure. Craigo, in fairness, is not letting Sadistic King pull away from him. Only 3/10 between the two of them. But some of these medium runners here, they're going to start to die, aren't they, on 14, 16 lap old mediums. And there's still 6 laps to go yet. They're going to start to absolutely fall off a cliff.
It's Sadistic King's race to lose. It's Sadistic King's race to lose here. I mean, he's on fresh mediums.
What a strategy, hard medium.
Everyone behind him has got tyres far worse off. I mean, what a strategy.
He's pulled it out of the bag. I looked at the start and thought, hards, really? He's the only one to start on the hards, and he's leading. He's up 14 places.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Look at this battle P7 though. Cole Paradox is reeling Jack Bowie in. This could be massive. Don't touch the curb.
I wince every time Bowie goes round that corner. I wince.
16 laps of mediums. They're going to be dead. They're going to be absolutely dead. What a race. And we're still nowhere near. There's still plenty more time for some drama yet. We've lost a quarter of the grid this race. And there's still time for more, especially as these tyres start to die for a lot of these drivers. Here comes Jay Hart on road for P5. Aston Martin versus Mercedes, and the constructors leaders get the P5 spot on the Aston Martin. As Strauss keeping between, he's keeping closely on, isn't he?
He is. I think his hards might finally become the best tyre. I feel like I've been saying that for half the race, but surely them Leon's mediums are going to start to really struggle as well.
Speaking of hards, McConey was well in the running at one point, our race leader for 6 laps. He's pitting now after a couple of unfortunate spins. He'll probably put the soft on 10 and try and get past this lap, but only just in the points for McConey, which is a real shame after a really good qualifying session. And to be fair, he held off Strauss for a long time. Was it 6-7 laps for that lead? So really unfortunate for McConey in this race as Jack Bowie pulled away from Cole Paradox a little bit. Cole Paradox has got Tor behind him, so this could be interesting. None of the championship leaders actually flying, are they?
I was hoping to see Cole Paradox and fight Bowie on track, but he might not get the chance to.
Leon's still holding off Strauss as well, which is going to do the boys behind him a world of good if they can hold Strauss off, because they're going to reel him in a little bit here, and they are starting to reel Strauss in a little bit. Bowie's mediums are on 17 laps now. They will feel like ice. Another penalty, that's the second of the night for DMS. The only driver at the moment to get a penalty, which is superb in fairness. Strauss, though, needs to get past Leon. He might be his chance. This could be his chance.
Yeah. Back on the podium for Strauss.
And he'll take that, won't he, with the other two slipping up a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Leon can't fight him back.
Cole Paradox still stuck behind Jack.
Is Leon going to have anything on the mediums going up to turn 4? I don't think so.
No.
No, that could be P3 done then.
Not anything else happening. Jack Bowie, to be fair, he's still doing a job, isn't he? I mean, it'd be a good result in 7th, considering that he started, was it 10th, and then he had the incident anyway, he couldn't join the game, he was 20th. So it'd be a decent result, but is it enough for him, you wonder? After last week, you know, does this start to swing towards Strauss, maybe Cole Paradox now with only 2 races to go? There's still time for plenty of changes though.
Well, it looks though that not one of them is going to be clear. It is going to keep going all the way. No one's really pulling away from anyone else.
I'm not sure when the last time was that was a race winner that wasn't these 3 either. Could be tonight, so is it King's on fire?
That's true, Leon is pushing to try and get back in touch with Strauss. He's not letting him get away from him, in fairness.
Is Cole Paradox going to get a move on Jack Bowie? That's the one we want to see, isn't it? Jack Bowie approaching his 19th lap on the mediums. They must be at serious risk of puncture. Craigo, though, Leon, they're in the same position. There's a yellow flag. It's Strauss! He spun the car! Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And Cole Paradox will be laughing. He spun again. He can't even get into the pits. He's going to be last. Oh my God, another massive twist in the title fight. Strauss down to 13th with no win. He's lucky not to have retired. But he's going to be out of the running completely. Oh my God. And all of a sudden, Jack Bowie and Cole Paradox are laughing, but Cole Paradox especially, because he will pull away further on Strauss. It's his title to lose, you feel, at the moment, Cole Paradox. He's got to be the favourite, especially if he can get past Bowie and beat Bowie, who's surely at risk of a puncture here. But Strauss, what a heartbreak, and Leon's going to get a podium here. He's back in the podium places. Oh,
unbelievable. It happened in Singapore.
And Strauss is also behind his teammate Dimas has gone here as well. Which is not going to help his cause, but it means he's going to get past him, but... Oh... 2 massive mistakes from Strauss that could cost him the title. Oh, wow. And Jamie Galway still holding off Cole Paradox, but you feel at the moment it favours Cole Paradox's championship now.
It does, definitely. I think Cole Paradox should just sit tight where he is.
Even if he was to get beat by Bowie, I still think it favours him.
That's a massive... I mean, Strauss had the far fresher tyres. Well, he had the tyres that you'd think were in the best condition with the hards compared to the mediums. Everyone else does mediums. You'd think with him, Bowie, to be fair, has driven on them tyres. He's not spun. He's kept it on the track. So I don't know what's happened with Strauss there, but that could be a championship deciding mistake from him.
3 laps to go. Cole Paradox down to 5% battery. He's pushing everything to get past Bowie. He knows it could be a massive move if he can beat him. He'll pull away further from the 2 of them, but Bowie's mediums must be on the brink. I said it for a few laps, and they must be on the brink, surely. 20 laps. They look. If you look at them, they look knackered.
Yes, they.
Is he risking a late puncture?
If we got a puncture, Cole Paradox, he must think all his Christmases have come at once after Singapore, and now this. If Bowie gets a puncture, then my days.
I mean, Strauss is getting P30 in the best here. There's no one even near him. So
yeah, he's just got to bring
2-3 points
home, hasn't he?
It's not a lot. Yeah. You feel, as it stands, I don't want to make any predictions, could Cole Paradox win the championship next week in Russia? There's a genuine chance he could, if things stay like this, because it's gone from a 3-horse race all of a sudden to in the Red Bull's favour comfortably, but there's still time for a slip up here, of course, between Bowie and Cole Paradox. If Cole Paradox were to spin and Bowie got a top 6, it'd go back towards him again. So 2 laps to go, and Bowie, I mean, I keep saying it over and over, but surely they are on the brink of bursting. Tyre management's been great, though. When you look at some of these tyres here, you know, you've got 18 lap old mediums, 18 lap old hards, 20 lap old mediums. Fair play to some of these drivers, and the penalties have been non-existent, really, haven't they? There's been hardly any penalties.
Yeah, it's been a very clean race. Very clean race. Rogue thought about getting the Mercedes back again. They're in a bit of a DRS train at the moment, aren't they? So it's going to take something special, I think, to break that. Make a move on the last lap. We might see some really aggressive moves and some Driver's really pushing here.
I was going to say, Leon's got a P3. Does he want a P2? Because he's only 5 tenths behind Craig on the same lap, old tyres. Could Leon get a P2 here all of a sudden, which would be incredible? Strauss does get fastest lap. It's not going to be a point, but it takes it off anybody else. Could Leon in the Ferrari get a massive amount of points for his team and get a P2 here? He might not want a P3. P3 might not be enough.
Well,
as Cole Paradox gets very close to Bowie. Could there be a last lap dart from Cole Paradox on Bowie, maybe?
He's going to have to push with everything he's got. Bowie's tyres, I mean, Jesus.
No one lose on the corner now, please.
They've got exactly the same amount of battery. But surely Cole Paradox must be much quicker on them hard tyres.
You like to think so, but how long has he been stuck behind Bowie? It's a long time. But on 20 lap on lap, can Bowie get to the end or will there be a last lap puncture? Could you imagine? As Leon is getting really close to Craigo for a P2. What a move this could be for Ferrari and for him. DRS for Leon, it's going to happen. P2 for Leon and Ferrari. I said he was disappointed not to get into Q3. I said starting P11 could be a genius move, and he's going to get a P2, but Craig would have come back. They're giving it everything, but Leon for now has got the move done on him. Can Craigo come back at him? No, with DRS he might be able to, you know. But looks like it favours Leon. What a race.
Cole Paradox, 2 tenths is in it, but he's not been able to get close enough. Wow. Is he gonna get one more chance? I mean,
Bowie's mediums will be gone. Bowie. They must be gone. They must be gone. I don't know where to look because there's battles everywhere, but Cole Paradox is really embarrassing. He's gonna get one more chance, potentially. Oh.
I don't know where he's going to get Bowie. I don't know where he's going to get him. Maybe at the end of this straight. He's got to keep an eye on Tor, though.
Here comes Tor.
Is he going to crash the party?
I think Bowie's going to hold on here for P6, which would be a great result. It still favour Cole Paradox in the championship by all means, due to what's happened to Strauss. But fair play to Bowie on these ridiculous mediums. McCoy's got a late penalty. That's not going to affect him too much. He's already at the back. And it looks like we'll get on board then with Sadistic King. What a drive from the Alpine. A hard medium, a one-stop strategy to start on the hards and not just win, but win by some margin. He's celebrating already. Alpine have won. What a win for Sadistic King. Leon in second. What a night for him. And Krieger, what a podium that is. Wow. Bowie's going to drop to 8th. Eh? What?
Did he get overtaken on the line?
No, he's still ahead of them. Did he have pens? Wait, I'm so confused. Did he have a pen? No, he didn't have a penalty.
He didn't have a penalty at all. I don't know why he's dropped into 8th.
Yeah, it must be a glitch, and I'm sure it'll get sorted out. Strauss, though, on board with him, P13, he'll be devastated. He'll be absolutely devastated. I mean, you look at that. Strauss and McConey, Matt, for one point in that race, look certain to be the top 2. They end 13th and 15th. Which is just incredible.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And that sets us up. I don't know what the points will be like, but that sets us up massively for Russia.
Another late error from one of the championship contenders, and it swings once again. I mean, is Strauss out? I don't know. Jack Bowie's commented, said the drive of my life after getting disconnected and rejoining after the start. Oh my god.
What a result for the Flying Scotsman who comes onto the stage with a cape on. I've never seen that before. That's incredible. I have to try and find that and put that on myself. That was incredible. There you go. It's a Scotsman, a German, and an Englishman on the podium. I would admit that's a superb. I love to see a podium like that. And Sadistic King, a one-stop strategy, hard to medium. What a result for him and Alpine. Fully deserved the win there. And the game, I mean, he's driving there, you can't argue with it. 16th to 1st on a one-stop. He's driving there, isn't he? He is. There's no arguments from me there.
Yeah, you've got to give it to Sadistic King. I mean, part of me wants to give it to Bowie just because of the start he had and the fact that he drove so well to keep the car on track to get up to where he was. But Sadistic King, I mean, he started on the hards. Was he the only one?
Yeah.
And what a one-stop. I mean, 16th to 1st. How can you not give him driver of the day for that?
A very brave strategy as well to start on the hard. So big up Sadistic King. Leon as well. He was upset about not getting to Q3. I said to him, didn't I, on stream? That's a good position to start, that. Great drive from him. Again, 11th second, superb. Krieger, what a drive from him. What a podium that is. Add to the top boys. Cole Paradox did get sick. That needs to be changed because Jack Bowie did beat Cole Paradox. But you feel now the Red Bull is the favourite for the title now with 2 races to go after Strauss's big error. Like at a P2, a P3 in the bag at one point, maybe even a P2. A big error there. Only P13, 2 massive mistakes from Strauss in the last 2 races. Probably cost him, what? I'd say at least 40 points, easily. Massive.
Yeah, and he was in front of both of them, wasn't he, at that stage in both races? Was he? Or was Cole Paradox ahead of him at Singapore? But
I can't remember. It was a similar point, wasn't it, in the race where he spun in Singapore as well, right at the end.
Yeah, he was in a good position in both races, and he had only a few laps left, and he wasn't exactly on tyres that were that bad. I don't know how he spun it. He'll be kicking himself.
Can you do me a favour, mate, and try and invite the free podium sitting into the party for us?
I shall try.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all the people in the stream there sending some very nice comments across about the commentary. It is our pleasure, and again, it was thank the drivers for doing it, because without them, there'd be no commentary. It was a brilliant race, that, and it's all to play for in Russia, because I don't obviously incidents will come in, there'll be penalties, I have no doubt, but I have a feeling it could be Cole Products' night in Russia. It could be his time to win it, but don't rule out Bobby Strauss just yet. You've seen what's happened in the last 2 races, and I'm sure that there could be another twist yet to come in Russia. There was plenty of twists tonight. When you look at Cole Products in Q1, nearly didn't even get through Q1. So many twists and turns, and I'm sure there'll be more to come with the last 2 races. We'll just give the boys a minute, see if any of them join for a quick interview, and if not, we'll wrap it up. Anything you want to say, Matt? Anything you want to mention from that race?
First of all, I want to just compliment all the guys for having a race that clean. Not many penalties, not many. Well, there was a few spins, obviously, but a very clean race, and it's nice to see that the people who won and got on the podium were on the podium because they actually finished in the top 3, and penalties didn't actually have a big impact on the result in the end. But Strauss, man, I just can't believe that it's happened again. Gutted
for him, and it could be massive. That, it's fine margins in F1, but it could be massive. Speaking of the race, though, here's our race winner, Sadistic King.
What's up, lad?
Good evening, mate. First of all, have you got voice sharing on? Do you know if you got it on in the party? I don't want to start talking to you before we...
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, first of all, you were the only driver in that race to start on the hards. What made you start on the hards? Like, why did you decide to do that?
Because I hate Bahrain.
I love the honesty. Fair play.
Fair enough.
But you just go for it on the hard, something different.
I think if you start on the soft, you kind of have to commit to a 2-stop.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
And
I didn't want to do that, so I just got to do hard, medium.
And a win. I mean, where did that come from? Because all of a sudden, I think it was after the second safety car, you just sort of started overtaking people for fun. Was that just because you was on fresher tyres, or was it just because... the win come from nowhere, because you started 14th, I believe. Was it 14th you started, I think?
16th.
Oh, even better. It came from nowhere. That is unreal. Oh, you went out in Q1, yeah, you didn't remember that. It's all coming back to me. And you've won. I mean, is that your first win of the season, by the way?
No. I'm a tier 2 champion in CRL from a couple of seasons ago.
Ah, okay.
Obviously, I'm just a reserve now, aren't I?
Oh, you're only reserve now? Yeah, you are, aren't you? My bad. Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I'm sure Alpine will be very happy with you. I'm sure the Alpine boys will be very happy with you, mate, with that result. That was and I think he was one of the only drivers to do a one-stop as well. It's such a hard task to do a one-stop on Bahrain. So
yeah, I think the safety car helped, to be fair.
Yeah, well, yeah, it probably did to me, because did you pit under the safety car?
Yeah, I pitted under the second one.
Even better.
I came out P11.
Then just started taking off, didn't you, overtaking people for fun. Matt, anything you want to ask him?
It's my second most hated track.
So really?
Myself, yeah.
And you got a win? What's your most hated track, out of curiosity? What do you hate more than Bahrain?
France.
Oh, yeah, I don't like France either. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of France either.
France is horrible.
Matt, anything you want to ask him?
I like France, to be fair. Yeah, well, I just I do like it's a nightmare for track limits, but yeah, well, I just want to say congratulations first of all, and yeah, what was it like at the end when you were chopping your way through the pack? I mean, around a track you don't enjoy, it must have felt unbelievable when you were on the medium setting purple laps at the end.
Yeah, I didn't really notice, to be honest. I was trying to keep it steady, especially the last like 3 laps, like going around that death corps did not feel nice.
That's fair enough. Hey,
I mean,
that's a win and a half. That.
In the party chat, like I was in a party chat with some of the guys racing, so
even better that, isn't it, when you win?
Yeah.
No.
I told Jay Hart I'll take my fastest lap,
Oh.
and then straight slow it again.
Yeah, mate. Hey, mate. Honestly, you're our driver of the day by some margin. That was a ridiculous result, and as a reserve driver, there's not really much more you can do there, is there? You know, you won the race, so very, very well done, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, pal. Anyone else here? Did any of us join?
Yeah, me.
Leon might be in.
No, did he? Leon, mate. First of all, you put in the chat. It was at Q2. You was a bit upset, not being in Q3. What happened in quali? Did you make a mistake or?
Well, in quali, I just retired like with 4 minutes to go, thinking.
Think he was through.
Thinking I was through. I was like comfortable. I'm pretty sure I was like comfortably like 5 tenths above P2. I was.
Even I thought you were
comfortable.
through.
I was so comfortable. Yeah, but it didn't work out like that.
Oh, so that's why you was upset in the chat then.
Yeah.
I mean, P11, mate, you worked out a treat in the end. I said that to you on the stream, though. I said, you start on the mediums, you're going to be the highest running medium driver. It could work out very, very well. And you was battling with Strauss for such a long time. I bet you couldn't believe it when he spun, could you?
No, I couldn't. He barely makes mistake, and somehow I managed to pressure him into I was surprised. The scream I gave out of celebration.
And then you got a P2. Where did that come from? Hunt down Craigo and beat him.
I don't know. I think it was down to tyre wear, really. I think I just managed to have like maybe by 1% or 2% better tyre wear, which probably saved me.
It was very close.
I'm not sure Craig pitted, did he? I don't think he actually pitted under the safety car.
I know there was on the same lap all tyres, I think. Yeah, I think so. Unless the game was telling us lies, which is possible. But that's some result.
I don't want to say he was slow, but he was a bit slower in sector 2 than everywhere else. So it was,
cost him.
You were always making up the time in sector 2.
It looked at one point, Leon, you weren't even going to get a podium, and you got a P2 all of a sudden. Mental result. And then Leon, you got a P4 last week, I believe, in Singapore, was it?
Yeah, P4.
And Ferrari at bottom of constructors, mate, they need these points. You're doing them a solid here. I mean, tier 4 Wildberg won for Ferrari, and you've got a P2, so you're doing something right this week. I'm not sure about the other 2 races, but at the moment, you're going to be jumping from 10th on the grid.
I mean, it's good. Like last week in Singapore, I was like 1/10 off, I believe, from the podium.
Yeah.
Based on penalties, because Nacho Man wouldn't let me through, even though he had like 9 seconds of penalties or something.
He would let you through. Staying behind him. No, very well done, mate. That's a solid drive, that. Really good result for you. 11th to 2nd, so very well done. And I think that's it. I don't think the other one's joined us, has he, Matt? Has he not joined us, Craig?
Well, he can't due to his settings, but I'm not going to repeat what he said in the paddock as to why he can't join us.
Right, we'll leave that then.
But you said at the start of the race, didn't you, that Ferrari have dominated Bahrain, and they're dominating Bahrain in the CRL as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it's not a bad start for them. Not a bad race for him. Well, Alpine dominated the win, but in terms of P2, it's a good result for him.
It's a good week for Ferrari, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll say that, and then we'll look at tier 1 and they'll both DNF, we'll have jinxed it. No, Sadistic, Leon, thank you both so much for joining us, and well done again.
Yeah, no worries, I'm on my way to do a night shift now, so...
Oh, enjoy, mate. Have fun.
Okay.
Enjoy.
He's doing it as a winner, though, isn't he? He's doing it as a winner.
Yeah, I'm going to catch up with the comms in the morning when I finish. So.
Love that. Cheers, boys, thank you. Matt.
Catch you later.
Cheers, guys.
Absolute. Cheers, boys. Thank you, Matt. An absolute pleasure as always, mate. 2 races to go, and obviously no incidents as yet, but you feel it is edging towards Red Bull and Cole Paradox for the title now.
You do, yeah. I mean, I think Bowie was a bit unlucky last time out. Well, he's been unlucky twice. Obviously, he made a mistake in qualifying in Singapore. He probably would have been up there, but he spun it on the safety car. Cole Paradox is the only one who's not making any mistakes with it. I know Bowie was unlucky today. But Cole Paradox is the only one who's just keeping it, you'll know, Hedge, keeping it clean, and
You need a bit of luck, don't you? You need a bit of luck to win
You
a
lead the
championship.
championship. You know all about leading the championship by
Oh,
keeping it clean. It's-
don't be talking about. I don't want to talk about that just yet. Nerves are coming in again now.
Yeah, I'm not going to commentate or curse my teammate.
I know, we've commentated curse enough tonight, mate. Let's stop it there.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
But no, it does look like it does favour Cole Parrott. So of course, we'll find out the results, the standings, etc. before next week's race. We'll have a better understanding as to where everyone is and what could be won next week. But it's a possibility that a couple of tiers could have champions this time next week. Who knows? Maybe it'll go to Brazil. Maybe it'll be won in Russia. But Matt, pleasure, mate, and I'm sure that we'll be doing it again next week in Russia.
Absolutely, fingers crossed. I hope so. Can't wait.
Pleasure, mate. Thank you. And if you want to watch some more racing, go and watch Tier 1 now on the YouTube channel. I think they're just about live now, so if you want to go watch the best of the best in this tier, go and watch them. If not, make sure you're round on Monday night, 8 o'clock. Me and Matt will be racing for the mighty Aston Martin in Russia. Maybe a title will be won, who knows? We will see.
Oh.
I don't want to jinx it. AFL might win the title on Monday, who knows? Anything can happen. But if you want to watch us lot in Tier 4, I'm not just saying this to the Tier 4 driver, but the races this year have been mental, so make sure you go and watch them. Watch me and Matt get a P1 and 2 for Aston Martin in Russia. And if not...
We still haven't been on the podium together. We still haven't actually shared the podium yet.
We've got 2 races to do it, mate, we can do it. And if you don't want to watch us too, fair enough, personal preference, make sure you're back here next Thursday. If you don't want to watch us race, at least listen to us commentate, one or the other. If you want to watch us on Monday night 8 o'clock, make sure you're back here next Thursday at 7:30. We go to Russia for potentially, I don't know for sure, but maybe a champion will be crowned in Russia. Have a great week. Take care. Matt, thank you again once more, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Pleasure. See you later. Have a great week.